to ALR Silver, and it is a special race here tonight, isn't it? We're in Jewel of the Crown of Formula One. It is the Monte Carlo Grand Prix in Monaco, just below France, I believe it is, if my geography is correct, which that has never been the case. I've got to say my geography has never been it's never been my strong point, I must say. And yeah, we're here in Monaco today, and I got to say, I'm looking forward to this one. I don't think any of our drivers are looking forward to this one, not one iota. As we had some incredible racing last night, didn't we? I got to say, hats off to the Gold drivers last night. They did a phenomenal job, didn't they? Absolutely pouring down with rain in the qualifying session. It just didn't abate, did it? Absolutely horrific. So that's not the kind of rain you associate with Monaco, is it? So they did a cracking job, and then the race as well, absolutely outstanding stuff. I've got to say, driver of the day last night was probably one of the most difficult calls we've had done in ALR, because we had the incredible driving from Granty there. We also had John Cox moving from 10th to 3rd. We had Steve, I got to say, Mr. Consistent last night. He really was. He had an incredible 4th position in the end. We also got Sam as well. Sam had his best career finish in ALR last night with an incredible 7th position. And I got to say, listen back on that, was a bit biased towards Sam, wasn't I? But of course, he made his debut in ALR in season 2 of Monaco last season. So that was absolutely fantastic stuff for Sam. And yeah, I got to say, I had a warm, fuzzy feeling last night with for Sam. And another man who unfortunately had a bit of a nightmare last night was Fireshot Ryan. But as he's gone into the comments already with the Mika gang, yeah. So all right, Fireshot, how's it going? Of course, me and Fireshot was a part of Team Peru, along with Nolsey, and I think Silent Shifting was as well for a couple of those races, and Sam as well. Me and Sam did a good old double team, didn't we, in Brazil? But yeah, so that was quite a long time ago, of course. But anyway, enough about that. Let's get on with the racing here tonight, shall we? And let's quickly go through the... Well, before we go through the championship, let's go through the track map. You can see there 19 turns around this Monte Carlo Grand Prix, 2.0 miles long. It's one of the shortest tracks on the calendar, if not the shortest. Track difficulty, very hard. Not surprised there. Max Verstappen holds the lap record around here. Of course, this track has been ever present on the Formula 1 calendar for more often than not on every single season. I think it was missing on a couple of seasons though, I think, because from reading some of the stats about Monaco, Monaco's had a bit of a facelift over the past couple of years, hasn't it? Of course, 2003 they really started to amend the track, didn't they? They opened up the swimming pool section, especially the second part of the swimming pool section. They took away the inside barrier, didn't they? And put a steam policeman in there. Of course, they also opened up a Rascas as well, and also Sandavot as well. They took away the inside barrier and had the pit lane going on the inside there. So yeah, track has definitely been opened up there, and it's taken away a bit of the challenge, hasn't it? But I think there's still it's still definitely a very difficult track to nail right, isn't it? In Monte Carlo, and I think a lot of drivers would be happy that that this one is actually come and gone. I think the Gold drivers were relieved that it is now out of the way, isn't it? For another season at least. Of course, we do move on. We go from Monaco to the spectacular Spa next week, don't we? And gotta say, I'm looking forward to that one. That is going to be a cracker of a race, isn't it? I'm just making sure I'm in spectator mode, as that's not really that's not really going to be ideal, is it? Anyway, going through the Drivers' Championship mode, Glock is almost perfect. He's I think his teammate Lesnar took the fastest up off him last time, didn't he? Yeah, Glock is on 51 points so far. He's already got a 15-point lead over F1 2019 in the Silver Championship mode. It's the top 3 to get promoted to Gold League, doesn't it? And I got to say, Glock is looking very much on his way, as is 2119. Faxland also 2 for 2 in terms of podium as well. The front 3 of Glock, F1 2019 and Faxland there have all finished on the podium in the first 2 rounds. Can they do it again here tonight? That's the question. Brilliant stuff from those 3, very consistent. And of course, Faxland on 30 points as well, and 6 points adrift of F1 2019. Then in 4th position we have YBR, of course, in the racing point. He has moved up 3 positions to 4th position. We got Lesnar then moving up to 5th position, also gaining 3 points. Droffa, he's messaged me on Discord. I'll find out how I pronounce his name in a minute. But he is in 6th position. He's dropped down 2 positions. Serious Mushroom dropping down 2 positions. Hunter And had a pretty miserable return to ALR in Russia, but he put that right, didn't he, with a strong finish in China. Kingzone dropping down 3 positions, then Gamer down 1, and also Azdog down 1 as well. Ghost Recon was the mover of last week, wasn't he? He's moved up 9 positions to 12th position in the standings then. And we're almost ready to get going then. Let's take a look at the Constructors whilst we're just waiting to get the session launched then. In the Constructors, Red Bull, of course, at 64 points at the moment, to Mercedes, who is second. They've moved up to second on 36 points, 30 points for Haas at the moment, and they've moved up to third. Toro Rosso have dropped down 2 positions. Racing Point has moved up 1 position. Williams has dropped down 1 position. It's all yo-yoing around up in there. McLaren, the biggest movers, of course, they was at rock bottom after Russia, but a good performance from Hunter means that he is now moved up into 7th. McLaren moved at 7th position. Renault, Alfa Romeo are on 8th and 5 points respectively, and Ferrari at the moment have got the single point, which is I've got to say quite surprising, because Ferrari, I've got to say, are a very strong. They've got a very strong team. I quite like the Ferrari pairing. If you probably heard from China, I gotta say I do love the team dynamics and the driver lineup dynamics. It's absolutely fascinating. It really is. Right, we're into qualifying then, and a lovely bit of scenery out there at the moment. I gotta say the weather is absolutely basically night and day from yesterday in the qualifying. This time yesterday, I think we was needing some boats, not just in the harbours but also on the track to get around then. So we are half a minute into this session then. Let's take a look up. We got a couple of debutants here tonight. We got Al PE then, of course, who is driving the Renault team tonight, so it's good to see. Hopefully he can do well then. Toon has left the session then, so Toon there is not keen on Monaco at the moment, is he? We've also got oh no we've also got Alham, yeah, we'll go with Alham for now, won't we? He is also driving tonight, making his debut as well. And towards more again to the role, the better I will be. That's one, I got to say, I'm really poor at just getting drivers' names right. Takes me a very long time to get drivers' names right. Took me a long time to get my name right as well. And yeah. Anyway, enough about that. We are set fair to get going then, as we are just waiting for the first drivers to come out on track at the moment. Of course, this is qualifying. We got 3 parts in qualifying: Q1, Q2, Q3. A lot of you drivers probably know all this, probably knows this already. But we got to, but of course, we got new fans joining us all the time, and I've got to say a massive thank you to all you guys that have subscribed to us. We have now hit the 100 subscriber mark. Well, 103 to be exact. Incredible stuff. Thank you so much, guys. Absolutely brilliant stuff. It really is. It makes my day. It definitely makes my day. It makes my weekend, as we're just watching a lovely shot here. Team Fan is back in the session, and now they're just coming up the hill then. And as you can see then, of course, there's a bit of nightfall in Monaco. Remember, we had a night race in Monaco last season, didn't we? And I got to say, I love it. I love the lights in Monaco. It makes the cars look even more spectacular. It makes the race look even more beautiful as well. It really is then, as we're just watching VTOD then, who's in the McLaren, and he had an adventurous Chinese Grand Prix. He got into Q3, but unfortunately that is as best as he could write home about in China. Didn't really go too well for VTOD. Hopefully he can go better now. Coming out of Portier as well, we'll go on board with VTOD, and he will take us around the lap of this incredible Monte Carlo Grand Prix in Monaco. Of course, when you associate Formula 1, don't you? You always think about the Monaco Grand Prix. It is famously dubbed as half a championship if you won this race. Well, if that's the case, then I've got to say, ever since well on his way after winning it last night in this Mercedes stuff, I think Granty is currently the man that's really on form in the gold. But of course, silver, it is definitely all about Glock at the moment. It is that Glock? It certainly is. He's 2 for 2, isn't he, at the moment? 1 point off, having a 100% record. Then let's go on board then with VTOD. Then he is yet to get off the mark in the drivers' championship in terms of scoring points. Let's go on board then with the McLaren drivers. He comes down to Sandoval now, breaking down the 4th gear, like very close to the bar line, using the curve there to keep himself out of the bar. Lovely stuff. He did that, powering up the hill then before we dip down and coming into Casino Square as well. Martin Brunner unfortunately retired in his final race in Monaco in his Jordan days. I've got to say, I love that Jordan car. Now down into Mirabel then, you can see the track is forwards away, doesn't it? Of course, the front left wheel almost got off the ground. Look at it going down to, look at that, 25 miles an hour for the Lowe's hairpin, coming out to Poirier now. Then Poirier has a much better view than actually a real world Formula 1, because it's a big old piece of wood hood up there now, isn't it? There's doing a lot of development there. Flying through the tunnel here then. And we had seen a lot of action code out to the sea front chicane last night, didn't we? This has been opened up more this year, over the past couple of years. Again, that's another part of the track development. Coming to the back now, this next part of the track is absolutely phenomenal stuff for Vitor, keeping a lot of space. Look at it flying through at the first part of the swimming pool. Now into the second part of the swimming pool as well. Just rubbing the bar then. Now coming into Raskas then. I can see a lot of the turn on. Now into Anti-Nose, the man who thought of the going around racing around Monaco. My goodness. And now Todd does a very respectable time of a 1:11.1 there. Brilliant way to start off the Monaco weekend with Razor going second. We're 11.8 then for the Silver guys. Lovely stuff indeed then. Got FIFA who's on a 12.0. Of course, both Ferraris I think really deserved a lot more than what they got there. Glock going into the 1:10.2 already there. Glock isn't wasting time at all. I've got to say, I do love the golden helmet of Glock then. This man, I've got to say, has been absolutely incredible. 2 pole positions, 2 wins. And of course, he was going to go for 2 fast laps as well, but unfortunately that didn't happen at F1 2019. His closest challenger is up into second. It's going to be an all season long battle, isn't it? Van Dorm is going 7 fastest. Then we got double into 9 fastest. Kingsholm is gone into 6 fastest. Asdog is in 5th fastest, and we got Droffer, who has moved up into 4th fastest at the moment. Vitor, I gotta say, a very good time there for Vitor. Yellow flags are flattering around the moment. We're going to see a lot of yellows out and about there, aren't we? As we got the Davidson now. We got the Davidson now. Oh, Van Dorn has left for session. That's not good at all for Van Dorn. Hopefully he can get himself sorted. Of course, also we'd like to welcome Forza Ferrari, who is I think he's now a 4-time driver for Forza Ferraris. Good 70. We're on board with Toon Fan, who's driving the Haas tonight then. So I think he's replacing Pains at the moment, isn't he? He's coming out Poitiers now, and oh dear, I'm not sure what to be honest, I wonder if his trap map's the wrong way around there, because he went the complete wrong way into Poitiers. I think Hamilton parked up there famously when when things weren't going his way, but yeah, that was unusual. That was an unusual bit of race. Now I'm not sure if I've ever seen that before. I'm getting confused around Monaco. Of course, Toon Fan did drive around here last night in the Toro. So as we're on board then with Yaihan. Is that how you say it? I don't know. And going through a Poitiers now then. Oh, look at that, getting a bit of a squirm on there in the racing point. And Toon Fan is just in front of us. It's going to hold up. It's going to hold the racing point drivers. They coming to Raskas now then. And of course, Schumacher. We got so many things to talk about around Monaco, isn't it? It's this. Oh no! Toon Fan has gone into the water. Anthony Note. That's not good at all. As the racing point driver goes up to 6th fast at the moment. Ihan, who's in for 6th position there. I got to apologise to these drivers after the race, after each race, because I just completely ruined their names, don't I? Here comes Evil Hunter, as he's dropping down into Mirabeau as well. Jonathan saying, good evening, Sean. Good luck to all Silver drivers tonight. Come on, F1 2019. So Jonathan is very much. Oh, is Hunter going very wide into lows there? Jonathan Cox then is definitely back in the man who's second at the moment. And he's 4 tenths of second away from Glock. Glock still the man to beat, isn't he, at the moment? We've got Brooke Grid saying, good evening, Sean. Droff has to for the win, and absolutely agree with that as well. Yeah, very good shot there as well. Here comes Les now then coming out of Casino Square down into Mirabeau there, and you can see that Mirabeau very much off camber, isn't it? And just then coming into lows, and the slowest corner on the Formula 1 calendar. Look at that, touching 22 miles an hour. Then 8 minutes into this session, and as you come out Poitiers, look at all the boats in the harbour. Then as the day tonight, then as you can see the artificial lights started to take over here. Kingsholm, I think, has just moved out to 4th, I believe. I just seen someone fly up to 4th. Good times there. Kingsholm has done 3 laps on these soft tyres. It's all about getting a rhythm around here, isn't it? It's sometimes not about out and out pace. It's about as Van Dorn's back in the session. It's about just getting a rhythm around here, isn't it? And it could be a rhythm of the night as well for a couple of these drivers. It could be a rhythm of the night for Glock, and he's certainly looking in the groove at the moment, isn't he? What about Leslie then? Of course, his teammate, and he was the man who just stole the fast lap away from his teammate, didn't he? Otherwise, he would have the full house for both races so far. Glock, and Leslie goes only 10th fast at the moment. Leslie's not looking too confident around this track at the moment. We're watching the David Tom. We're keeping an eye on him because Eva Hunter is just coming through Poitiers now. Then in the tunnel, then there's only one DRS zone around here. The other DRS is Yeah, there's only one DRS though, and that's on the start-finish straight. They can't really do in the tunnel because of weird airflow and all that kind of jazz. Well, that's what you get every year in the practice sessions anyway. Going to Crofty, Hunter there, fly. He ain't even remotely interested about the second DRS zone is. All he's concerned about is getting around Monaco in the fastest time as possible. As I gotta say, I think who was it? Was that Alan Prost or something like that? It's very difficult to swing a cat around Monaco, let alone F1 car. Hunter goes 6 fast, and of course he did a very good job in China, didn't he, to really bounce back. Here comes LPE then. Of course, he's making his debut tonight, taking 2 points of the cherry there. Oh, into Rascaster, and he's coming into the pits, so not too happy with that lap then. And he's back in the pits. Toon Fan, Forza, Faxan, Sirius, and also LP. Oh, he's lost a wing. That's why, my goodness me. Might have to go to spec servers on that one because I completely missed that. Todd, I gotta say, doing a cracking job at the McLaren at the moment. He's doing a really good job there out there. Brilliant stuff there from Todd. He is coming into the pits, and as you can see, and of course the pits was redeveloped, wasn't it, back in 2004. Of course, it was a much narrower pit lane, wasn't it, back then? The McLaren mechanics are ready to receive Todd, and he is right on the sharp end of the field at the moment. Good to see, actually. Hunter there is 200th of a second up, coming out of coming out of the swimming pool section. And looking at the second part of the swimming pool section there, we still a couple of drivers clap the wall there. Frentzen did in 2003 a big old smash there in his Sauber. We've also seen Verstappen do it a couple of times as well. Here comes Hunter. He is coming up to the line now, and Hunter goes in the third fastest. The McLaren guys are really lighting the track on fire at the moment. This is incredible stuff from the McLaren team. Wow, brilliant stuff indeed. Then we've got Toon saying I'll put it in the wall to get out of the way then. So yeah, no problem at all then. Well, God said, that's very nicely done there from Toon. I wouldn't have been the same. I definitely would have been obliged about that. Of course, Monaco is very difficult to get out of the way. There's such a short track, it's so narrow as well. Traffic is going to be very much a problem, isn't it? Whatever you do. Lovely shot here from Doubles, the diffuser here. Lovely shot. Look, there's a McLaren in the background. Oh, I'm loving this. We didn't see much of Double getting out of the way there again. We didn't see much of the onboard footage there from yesterday in terms of the diffuser, because this is usually one of the races where we see lovely onboard shots from the rear of the car. Toon Fan is just getting himself wound up and ready to go in the Haas there. He's car 2 tonight, and let's see what we can do then. We've also got Glock saying could have been in the 9s there, completely bottled the last sector. Oh blimey, that's a bit of a well, that's a statement of intent, isn't it, from Glock there? If he can be in the 9s, then wow, that's an impressive time, isn't it? We've also got Daniel. You got Daniel Shatford there. Todd, you're mad I'm not winning. Yeah, you're mad I'm not winning this. And also we got Grant saying good luck, Silver. And the Williams there, of course, Granty, I think he's had 5 races with the Williams team now, hasn't he? Of course, 3 this season. He's been on the podium more often than not. Well, he's been on the podium in every single race this season, Grant has. The defending champion of gold, who's been incredible, hasn't he? Here comes Toon then. Toon there is, of course, also driving in gold as well. He's also a regular in silver at the moment as well. So we've got yellow flags just fluttering in the breeze in Sector 3 at the moment. Coming through the Sea French chicane now as well. Exiting out there. Look how close he was to the barrier. A whisker away. Now into the back then. And, of course, we've had so many crashes here over the years, haven't we? Of course, Rosberg had a big old smash there in 2008. We've had Max Verstappen here and Frentzen there in 2003 as well. We've had a Simtek going on the side there. I think we had a 40 as well, actually, go have a big smash there as well. I think it might have been Denise. Coming out into the final advantage notes, and let's see what Toon Fan does. He's going into the 11th area. He's 14 fastest, but he's invalidated. Someone's got to go around again. Forza is out on track at the moment. We've also got his teammate out. Serious Mushroom is in the pits. So Serious Mushroom might need to get a move on a bit because he's right in the bottom end at the moment. Says Grant going, why, hello, Shorty. Shame these guys haven't experienced the rain. That was pretty interesting. Yeah, of course, it was absolutely bucketing it down last night. It was raining cats and dogs out there. It really was. I've got to say, as we said in the pre-show, they needed more of one. Oh, and Forza's in the wall. He's damaged the car. Look that. He's got a lot of end plate off there. Just kissing the outside barrier. And unfortunately, that's more than a kiss. That's more of a French kiss, that is. And unfortunately, he has damaged the wing then. He's carrying on Forza, so he's happy with the time so far. Going for anti-nose then, accelerating away then. And now, he's got a lot of deployment left. That's lovely done there from Forza. And he is in 8th position. Lovely stuff indeed there from the Renault driver. What about his teammate? His teammate's back in the pits then. We've got 5 minutes to go in this session, so the time is now becoming your enemy. Here comes Faxon. He's had an incredible start to his silver career. He really has. He's been incredible so far, hasn't he? And now then, as he's coming through, Anthony Notes and DRS enabled there for Toon. He is here. He is. Lovely shot, lovely helmet there. And 2 goes 12 fastest as the moment then. Faxon now coming out of the as Lewis hairpin now into 48 now, acceleration away, and you can see, oh, look at this, and the lights are now starting to take over, and the cars are now starting to look absolutely splendid under the artificial light. Back on board Faxon, 2 podiums in a row there. Of course, his Chinese podium was a lot more difficult than his Russian podium, wasn't he? He fought very well, Faxon. Of course, Faxon made his one and only appearance in ALR back in season 2 of last season when he, of course, I think he drove the Renault team, wasn't he? His time last season, I think he did a spectacular job actually. He scored points, I believe. So Faxon did a cracking job there. Now he returns to where it all began in ALR. Coming through, Anthony Notes. Look at that. The rear end wants to step out there. Faxon's having another there. And he goes into the 10s there. And he goes fastest. Incredible stuff there from Faxon. A 10-1-1-3. Wow, good stuff for Faxon. He is really on it tonight, isn't he? Well, we've got LPE coming out the pits there. We've also got Serious Mushroom has retired from the session, and that's not good at all for Serious Mushroom. Hopefully he can get himself oh no, and I'm not sure what's going on there. And oh dear, that's we're not even past the watershed yet, guys, so yeah, might have to calm yourselves. Here comes Van Dorm. He is now improved this time by 0.6 of a second. We've lost Serious Mushroom already. We're aiming to lose number 2 drivers. This is to line up 16th, 17th, and 18th. Serious Mushroom, he's got the best he's going to get is 17th today. I've got to say, that's probably in Monaco. You really just want to be as high up the grid as possible, don't you? Van Dorm is at the moment 15th. He's on the cusp at the moment. LPE hasn't set a time yet, so he is also feeling a bit of the pinch there, isn't it, at the moment? Here comes Razor as he is coming out of the sea. Fred chicane, and I thought he was going into the bar. He was just drifting wider. He was just drifting wilder and wilder, but he didn't. He kept out of the bar there. Rob Boy of Razor, he's 6/10 of a second down on the Ferrari. His teammate FIFA Beefy there. I've got to say, these two are a very nice pair there at the Ferrari. But let's see, and look at this. There's a Van Dorn then who drives a Mercedes, also in Formula E, but also in Formula E, but also in our ALR as well. Then of course, Toon is left for session again. Hopefully, he can get himself going and ready to go for the race. The McLarens are looking very strong there up in race. Off retired from the session as well. He is in the pits, and so he thinks he's safe at the moment. Double is got to try and get a lap out there. Certainly with the debutant LPE as well. He hasn't set a time at all yet. No, Serious Mushroom is out of this session. Here comes Van Dorm. He's 2 fastest of a second quicker. He's really on the limit there at the moment. Van Dorm he is the benchmark though, isn't he, in terms of what Double and LPE want. And LPE is now going to start us up now. Lovely bit of excuse me, sorry, I've got a bit of this cold coming on. I think a bit of man flu on the way then. So there you go. I'll be in bed. I'll be bedridden now for the rest of the month. So LP coming from the lows hairpin now, and you can see that the track starts to drop down, don't he? And now coming into Portier as well. Of course, that quarter was famous for when Hamilton. Well, famous for Hamilton when he parked up there in 2015 when he pitted under the safety car for all the wrong reasons there. That's a Toro Rosso just got away there beautifully nicely there. LP then coming through the Seafront chicane. Hamilton parking up there, didn't he, when where it didn't go to in qualifying. And also, and LPE's in the wall. He's done exactly the same as his teammate. He's in the wall again, and that's all good at all. He's lost both end plates on the Renault there. He might be a trendsetter here, isn't he? And I think that's what the wings might look like. But he is he's missed the pit lane as well. So LPE is not. It's on a bit of a problem here, isn't he? And that is a huge blow. I think it's going to be out of qualifying. He's got a minute. He can put. And there's a car coming in the pits way too late. Then he's going to be 17th fast. And that's it. LPE is out of qualifying on his debut. Serious Mushroom's gone. LPE's gone as well. And Double is also out as well. So those are 3 drivers that have been knocked out of Q1 then here in Monaco. And I've got to say that Toon is retired from the session there. So he's just trying to get himself back on track there. LPE is at the moment. But that's such a that's such a shame now for LPE, isn't it? It really is. And he is just he's doing a bit of a 3-point it's 3-point turn in parking there, it was, and now he's gone away then. So so his LP is on his way. So in his debut there, he's going to start 17th on the grid. Double there is not really keen on getting back out. Oh, and we've got Lesnar there. 5,500 to a second up there. But he's lost the end plate on the Red Bull there. But he's just trying to, I think he's just trying to get some track time out there, isn't he? DRS over there, using a bit of the curve there to keep himself out of the wall. Beautiful stuff there from Lesnar. And he goes at 3/10 of a second down there. That was the all the damage that he accumulated in the where am I talking? In the swimming pool. My goodness me, it's Monday, you see. It's the worst day of the week for me. I got to function. I got to be a proper adult again, haven't I? And now then is it coming into then Casino Square. We're on board then with the second debutant, who is in 10th position vote, and I got to say he's looking very at home in the race and putting on. He's a 10th for a second up. He's getting quicker and quicker, isn't he? The Red Bull's laying down as well. Of course, this is a street circuit, so this street circuit, so track evolution is quite steep around here, isn't it? Because usually the roads are just public roads, aren't they? And you get a lot of rubbish and debris all over the circuit, don't you? So the track is very, very green at the beginning of this session. But of course, then the more you go around, then the more you get into a rhythm. As we said before in this early part of this qualifying session, it's all about getting a rhythm here, isn't it? And of course, so I think sometimes it's not about pure speed; it's also about getting a rhythm. And while the car is drifting, and wow, and Ahan, they're really very close there. I thought he was going to wipe off the Fright run corner. That Fright, Fright, yeah, it was a Fright. The right corner there of the racing point there. My goodness me, I'm all over the show tonight. But that was scary, wasn't it? In on its own right there. But well done. He kept out the wall. Beautiful. We're on board there with Forza. It was coming in the pits. Right, Kingston was just in front of us. He's done 4 laps on those soft tires, Kingston has. So as we were saying earlier, it's all about rhythm here, isn't it? And you see the United starting to set in now as well. As in comes Kingston as well. So we have lost in this qualifying session. Unfortunately, we've lost double. I think he only did 1 lap. LPE, I think he didn't really get a lap in, did we? So we didn't really see what LPE's best can be. And Serious Mushroom there also didn't get a lap at all in there. So that was that's a big shame there for those guys. So they are in the most in the worst position that you can be at Monaco. You're near the back, and that's really not what it is. But Faxan at the moment, then he has won the first battle here, and he is top of the time sheets by 10th for a second from Glock, who is second. Glock feels that there's a bit more time on the board there, but he was happy with that performance. F1 2019 in third position. The top 3 once again, the same top 3 that have been in the first two. In the first 2 Grand Prix, very, very impressive stuff. The top 3 are, of course, remember the top 3 do get promoted, don't they, to gold. So I must say they are looking very strong in the first season of ALR Silver. Fantastic stuff indeed. Unfortunately, not so fantastic as Serious Mushroom. He is didn't set time. LPE didn't get a representative time in either, did he? He had a bit of a difficult start to his career here. And Double Cream Cat then also out as well in the Alfa Romeo. He was 9/10 second off Van Doorn in the end, so Van Doorn made it through along with Lesnar as well. Q2 is coming up in just a few moments time, and oh dear, I've completely neglected you all in the comments there, so I apologise. As where did I get to? Yeah, it says Glock was saying I love the rain on this game. I think that's unusual. Not many drivers do love the rain on this game. We got Grant saying what about this track? And then Glock saying it's a different story. He hates it with a passion there. We have also got Glock congratulating Faxon for an absolute cracker of a lap. I definitely agree with that. Brilliant stuff indeed. Then Granty Granty not happy about what's going on with the Williams team at the moment, but bring on the race in the consistency. We've also got Toon saying that thing with Van Doorn didn't happen on my screen. Yeah, so of course Van Doorn and Toon was getting very close and personal there, wasn't they? So look, glad didn't happen on this screen then. So I do see some weird and wonderful things out there. I don't know which doesn't actually happen, but this is interesting. Oh, we got Alfa Romeo already in the wall there. That's not good at all. Who is that? I think it was Asdog. It is Asdog, of course, a very experienced campaigner, and he's lost the end plate there. Oh, lovely shot here. But I don't think Asdog's going to be too happy with what's going on there, and that's a shame for Asdog. It really is. So Asdog's going to have to come back in the pits. We have lost 3 minutes in this session, so we've got 15 minutes then to sort ourselves out. We've got 15 minutes to line up 11th to 15th and to determine who of the top 10 is going to start on what tire compound as well. You guys are probably going to get so bored of me saying this, but of course, if you qualify in the top 10, you must start on the tire which you set your fastest time on. That is the rule in qualifying 2 then. Look at those. Look at those dark clouds overhead. I'm hoping that that's just a nice sky and not a big black rain cloud coming overhead. And oh gosh, if that is the case, then oh, this is going to get very intense indeed, isn't it? Lovely over-the-shoulder shot here with F1 2019, the Frenchman, as YBR has joined us. Of course, YBR was running a bit late there, but he's in the session, but unfortunately, he will be 19th and last. Which is not the best position to start in Monaco, is it? That's probably the most, that's the understatement of the year. I have no doubt about that. I've also got, we've also got Grant saying that. That's right. Yeah, you can see Faxan going for top three. For Faxan going for pole position there. Well, anyone in the top three there, I've got to say it's very nip and tuck, isn't it? We have also just got McVicious. Good luck tonight, guys. Sorry I couldn't make it, of course. McVicious usually racing in the Pink Panther, isn't he? That unfortunately can't make it here tonight. As Granted just asked, does anyone know if it's going to rain tonight? Glock said no, it's a dry race, and ooh, interesting. So, yep, so it is very interesting indeed then. Well, so those rain clouds which I saw then is basically not threatening at all then. So, yeah, so we can ignore those then, as F129 is probably not even remotely interested in the weather at the moment. All he's interested in is hitting his apexes on this lap then at the moment then. So he is coming the first one to set a time then. Of course, the track is just going to get better and better now because all the Pirelli rubber is being laid down. And of course, the F1, of course, Pirelli rubber likes ever Pirelli rubber, don't it? So they just find more grip there. But F1 2019 has come a cropper somewhere, and he is unfortunately, that was a big old queue there, wasn't there? Yeah, we got to look at this, and we got a Renault there. We've also got a Haas behind us as well. We're just watching FIFA Beefy, I think, who is just flying through. He's on the soft compound tyres. So FIFA Beefy there is no nonsense, is he? He's going out there straight away on the soft compound tyres. I would say track position is king around here. I would take that over. I would take that over tyre deck any day of the week around here. DRS, there's only one DRS available. Razor has gone on to a 12.3 at the moment. What about his teammate? He's gone on to 11.5. Beefy has. So Beefy is now both rides at the top of the timesheets at the moment then. But V Todd, I gotta say, V Todd is loving it around here, isn't he? He is the street king, isn't he? He's really taming the Monaco streets at the moment. V Todd is doing an incredible time out there. Really showing some impressive stuff. King's Home has gone into first position, but we had a yellow flag briefly for Sector 3. I think it was just and Toons joined us again, and here comes Hunter, who's gone onto the hard tyre. Hunter as he's on the 14 at the moment. I think he's just trying to find his feet at the moment in the McLaren, and I gotta say those I think that it's just night clouds, isn't it? But oh my gosh, I feel that if I was looking at that in the car, look at that, we're on board there with Les now. Oh, Les is in the wall. He's in the wall then at the swim pool. He's also ricocheted off your wall as well. Obviously he's not really keen on the end plates on the Red Bull, not very fashionable, is it? Lesnar is carrying on then. He's on the soft compound tyres, coming through then. Anthony Noakes and taking very cautiously for Anthony Noakes there, but let's see where he could go. He goes at the third fastest moment. There's a Toon has left the session there. I wonder if he's a Lesnar fan there and he's just disappointed with that. Oh, so F1 2019, second time asking it, a 10.7 there for F1 2019. I think there's more in the bank there for F1 2019 possibly, but at the moment he is currently fastest as it stands at the moment. We've got Ferrari who's just waiting to be wheeled back in. We're on board then with a Droffer at the moment. He's coming out of the sea front chicane then. Now coming to the swim pool. We've got yellow flags coming through the swim pool here then. Oh, that's why Forza there is off the track, and I wonder if Forza was just, I think Forza was just getting away there. Lovely stuff indeed there for Forza, brilliant stuff, absolutely fantastic. And now coming through, drop for that, accelerates away that nice DRS anybody. Trying deployment now, which is quite a, that's quite impressive actually, and he's gone second fast in the Toro Rosso, and he is the fastest on the medium compound tyres. Brilliant stuff, Ben, indeed. Of course, if you go on the medium compound tyre, you will have more of a window. Hunter's found a second there, so Hunter is now starting to get quicker, isn't he? He's still slow to the car of the times that have been recorded, but at the moment I don't think he cares about that. He is just trying to get some laps under his back. Here comes Faxan for 2 podiums from 2 races so far. Faxan is, and as Granty said, it's between he is really looking forward to this battle between the top 3, which is of course F1 2019. Oh my goodness, he had to take 2 bites of the cherry there, didn't he? It's between Faxan, F1 2019 and Glock as well. Glock's in the pits at the moment then, so he's not too he's not too keen at the moment. We've got Toon now just gone to reset his route, to turn it off and turn it back on, and see what he can do there. Of course, I gotta say that was probably that fixes everything in life, doesn't it? Really, turning things off and turning back on. I've made a career out of that. Very nicely indeed there. Faxan there coming down to the into the sea front chicane as well. You see that barrier on the inside there in the sea front chicane? It really jumps out of you, doesn't it? If you take it too tight, you would be pirouetted around there, won't you? And I gotta say, I've done that a few times. So now got it to 52. Oh my my goodness me, he's so committed, isn't he? In the swimming pool section now, coming into Rascast now, accelerating away then, now into Anti-Nose, and look at that, how close was he to the barrier? That is inch perfect. This is the game of inches here. Faxan comes across the line, he is second faster on it. Oh, 10-7 there. He is matched in F1 2019 at the moment. Faxan is becoming a bit of a Monaco specialist around here, isn't he? Anyway, here comes Asdog, jumps right up to 8th fastest at the moment in the Alfa Romeo. Kingdom is in 9th position, Razor 10th. So we're just watching Van Dorn come out of the pits at the moment. Yellow flag in 1 and 2 at the moment. Oh, Forza is in the wall. He's in the wall. That's at the Casino Square, I think. I wonder if he's just trying to get out of the way as well. But it looked like he was more than trying to get out of the way there. But we'll find out. I think he was trying to get out of the way, actually. And he was trying to get out of the way. Oh, this is, I got to say, this is producing some beautiful shots here, Renault. Seeing very nice stuff indeed, then. Yeah, if you want to crack and shot the and the Renault Formula 1 car, then just take that. Yeah, I encourage you to watch the stream back as well. Of course, it's all about the views, isn't it? So just Van Dorn now coming through the Seafront chicane, so he's just about to start his time now. Let's take stock then. We're just about halfway through Q2, and at the moment then we have Van Dorn, Hunter, Toon, Alhan, and also Glock there. Also all in the bottom 5 at the road, and I can feel a lot of you just shake your head at me when I'm trying to pronounce some of these names. I'll get there eventually. Van Dorn then accelerates away there. DRS available now. Van Dorn is going to start out. Of course, the lush green line, the lush helmet here of Van Dorn as he comes down into Sandoval now then. As Glock saying, track evolution, a big thumbs up. Grant saying, I'm going to watch this race. It's going to be decent to see what the outcome will be. Of course, I'm loving the Grant. He's sticking with us as well. But we might have to put the race on mute though, because you don't hear me throughout the race, do you? It's always a Van Dorn error. He's a couple of tenths up there in the first sector. It's coming from the lows hairpin there. Very slow corner. I think it's the slowest corner on the Formula 1 calendar at the moment, isn't it? Now coming out of Poitiers and now accelerated away down into the tunnel then. I think it's the only track with a tunnel, isn't it? They used to have a lot of tunnels in the old American circuits, didn't they? Back in I think it was Long Beach. They had a tunnel there, didn't they? And I don't think they had a tunnel in Phoenix, though. I got to say I quite like the Phoenix track, which was a bit odd, but I think I like it because one of my more favourite memories of Phoenix was actually when I think it was a Lacey there who was battling away at the front, wasn't he? It was brilliant to see him when he was back in the Turo, wasn't he? All those years ago. When I was just a twinkling in the eyes of my parents. And then come through Anthony Nose and DRS enabled. Van Dorn is coming up to the line. Let's see what he can do. He goes into 9th fast. He's in the top 10 as it stands at the moment, but there's 6 minutes to go. A lot of things can happen in that 6 minutes, I can assure you of that. Oh, Kingdom is already in the wall then. That's damaged the car. He's going to have real problems with the understeer there, isn't he? Of course, if you damage the front wing, that's not going to be good. So Razor is not interested in setting it up at all. What about Glock? Here is Glock then. He is absolutely fantastic. He really is. So he accelerates away. That's serious mushroom stuff for session there. So hopefully he'll come back in a minute then. I'm wondering if he's just taking a break there, probably just go away and just get himself ready for the race then. I wonder if he might be stocking up on supplies. So, I got to say, this track, I think 39 laps around here, I think it's the most laps you do in any of the races this season. So really, you've got to take a lot of concentration. God, my goodness me! Who was that coming out of the pits there? Wow, I got to say, shaving off half the side of the Red Bull. There's a half side coming out of the pits. Wow, that certainly woke me up. I don't know about you guys. I think, well, it was Toonfan coming out there. As Ghost Recon's joined as well. Ghost Recon now had a very good his King's up there. He's carried on, hasn't he? With the damage to the wing there, but he's proceeding as at the moment. So King's out there, it's in the race as well. So I think you've got 20 cars in the session. Oh, fantastic stuff, it really is. Of course, it's in the third league race of silver, isn't it? So it's brilliant to have all you guys along with us. It's great to see new drivers, isn't it? New driving styles as well. On board King's up there. He's almost 2 seconds down, isn't he? So I don't think this time is going to be relevant. To no offense to King's he's usually a quick driver, isn't he? But unfortunately, that front wing gone to V Todd. I'm really impressed with this man tonight, isn't he? He's fantastic, isn't he? He is definitely. I think he loves the street circuit, doesn't he? V Todd is maybe be in Formula E soon. I keep saying Formula E soon. Wow. Hopefully not, because we love him in silver, don't we? And he's I gotta say, he's doing a cracking job on street circuits. We might have street specialists around here, and it takes a different kind of driver, doesn't it, to tame the streets of Formula 1, doesn't it? We've got other streets like Baku as well, because Azerbaijan is the final race of the calendar, and to be honest, it's a bit harsh where I put the calendar together there, isn't it, really, to have that as a final race, because that could be a championship showdown at the moment. That's a long way to go, and a lot of things can happen between now and Azerbaijan. So I would not really count your chickens before they hatch, because usually Azerbaijan, I think, is quite early on in the session now, quite early in the season. And we're on board Toon, as he has just said he is back. He is back, and he is ready to go. He comes through Lowe's again. Lowe's, he's getting a bit wide there in Lowe's. Then we got a lot of cars in the pits road, so this is a good opportunity there to get out instead of time when the track is clear. Coming through Poitiers now as well, and as hopefully as I've just seen a message there from the Taskmaster Knowlesy, of course, then the brainchild behind the silver leagues, isn't he, along with Dan, as he and I thought he was in the wall, and he's hit the barrier there, Toon Fan, as he's just trying to get the turning angle on the car. I gotta say, these cars are appalling to turn it. Some of these slow corners there, the turning range around here is pretty appalling, right? Isn't it? I think you need a London taxi would be better around here, or a Monaco taxi. If do they have taxis in Monaco? But I assume they do. Coming through, Anthony Notes and Toon Fan does. He hasn't used he's used the RSL there, but and he's going there. Yeah, as Nosey said then, if we got a oh no, he's in the wall, and Toon Fan there is in the wall. He's damaged. That's a lot of wing damage, and yeah, he has taken off the end plate of that wing. So Toon Fan there is he's really struggling there. So he's got 2.5 minutes there. He needs to get around as quickly as possible, doesn't he? Serious Mushrooms back in. Thank you for whoever invites him. That's what I was trying to say, but Toon Fan kept interrupting me there. So it's unfortunate for Toon Fan there. It's just not going. It's not going at all. Well, we got Ahan there coming out now, as he is just approaching the Haas there. Who's seen better days, I think. So we got 2 minutes to go. Toon Fan is out of the race. Oh, he's done a Schumacher. He's in the wall there, and that is a big blow indeed there. Of course, Schumacher crashed there in 96 there, which triggered off one of the most incredible races you'll ever see. I've got to say, if you're sad like me and like going back and watching classic races, I'd say Monaco 96 is definitely one to watch. Really is drama after drama. Schumacher going on the first lap. Hill and Lacey both taking the lead before retiring. Hill had an engine fail. Oh my goodness me! That is a big old smash. He is out. That is it. He's 15th on the grid. That racing player said, no, there's a Toro Rosso coming through, and he just coasted through it. That's Kingzo, who's also on the ropes as well. Whew. Well, I gotta say, this has been an action-packed start to the Monaco Grand Prix event, hasn't it? And did you expect anything less? I certainly didn't. And I gotta say, that's a shame that we've lost Toon Fan and Ahan already then. Hunter there is just on out of mode. Kingzone there is I think he's damaged the car again, Kingzone, as this time it wasn't no fault of his own there. Van Dorn has also damaged the car down. We've got a minute to go. Van Dorn is very much on the cusp, and he is in Q3 by 100 for a second. There's not a lot you can do in 100 for a second. But Fifi's 300 for a second up in the second sector. Now come through to the back then, as we try and take it calm then, because we've got less than a minute to go. So we've really got to get ourselves sorted out, because this next 40 seconds or so is going to be frantic. It really is, and I hope you're all on the edge. If you're on the edge of your seats, I suggest you sit back, because you might fall off, because this is going to be an absolute cracker of a finish then to Q2. Who is going to be knocked out of Q2? Well, the first 7 are fairly happy with their position in this world at the moment, as they're all still in the pits. Then Beefy there is just flying through turn 1 as well. Asdog's got 22 seconds there. He's got to start to motor in. Van Dorm is out. Well, he's not out qualifying. We've lost Toon Fan and Ahan at the moment. What about Kingzone? Kingzone is coming through now then. He is coming the first one to post time. He's got 10 seconds. He can go again if he wants. Kingzone, we're on board then with the Toro Rosso driver. Let's take a look. He sneaks into 9th position at the moment. Good stuff there from Kingzone. Brilliantly done indeed then. We've got Razor, who's 500 a second up at the moment. He flicked it through to back there. Hunter's a second and 10th up there. He's in the second sector now. Hunter, if I remember rightly, he was used to be, I think both McLaren's got very good street credibility, haven't they? I don't mean in terms of that. I think they're both pretty cool, got really cool customers, I think, but also I think they're really good on the streets at the moment. But at the moment, Hunter goes 8th fastest on the medium compound tires. So that's really going to open up. Oh no, and that's a big old smash there. Beefy, it's the two Ferraris. They've come together, I think, and FIFA has damaged the car. Asdog's out qualifying. He is the third man to go. So's Van Dorm. He's out as well. And where's Razor? Razor, I think it's come to, well, according to that graphic, he's come to blows there. And he is in the pits there. It's yeah, I think I just sent a message from F1 2019. Wow, Ferrari, what a shame there for Ferrari there, because Kingzone has made it through by the skin of his teeth there. And you can see both Ferraris. I feel like I'm probably going to have a chat with each other. I'm not sure what happened there, but there was a definite major collision there, wasn't it? And that is a big blow, isn't it, for the Ferrari guys? But FIFA Beefy has gone through, but I think he's got a 5-place grid penalty, if I'm not very much mistaken, which is definitely going to put him back on the grid, isn't it? Well, that's quite obvious, really, isn't it? But how many positions is he going to go back? That is the question that we're going to find out in the very near future then. So that's in the Q2 then. So we have lost Asdog, Van Doorn, Razor, Toon, and also Ihan as well, or Ihan as well. So that's a shame then. Grant saying that your voice makes me watch the Ray Shawnee quality commentary. Well, thank you, Granty. I'm surprised they would be enjoying listening to a farmer talk about cars going around the track. It should be more like tractors, really, shouldn't it? And also we've also got Toon saying I'm back, and also it has not been my night tonight. Yeah, that's a shame for Toon. It really is there, as he is one of the 5 men that have been knocked out. So we have lost that. We've lost Ahan there. We've also lost Toon Fan there, unfortunately. Razor, Van Doorn, and Asdog all out of qualifying then, and they were starting 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th respectively then. So, yeah, FIFA Beefy's now got a 5-place grid penalty. So if he qualifies 9th position, he'll be starting 14th on the grid, if my maths is correct, which it very probably isn't. So that's a big blow there for FIFA Beefy. We got a mixture of tyres here tonight. We got a lot of soft. We got 5 men on the medium tyres, 5 men on soft. That is split beautifully down the middle there. That is absolutely fantastic stuff. It is, isn't it? So I think that last night we seen a couple of guys doing up medium to hard compound tyres. And I think we did see it. We also seen the runners, the front runners, go back to the medium tyres towards the end, didn't we? As Emerson was covering Fisher, because I think Fisher last night was absolutely demon-like, wasn't he? He was incredible, I got to say. Brilliant stuff there from Fisher. He's incredible last night, but unfortunately he still hasn't got off the mark in terms of points, I don't believe. So it's not been the best of start to his season 3 for Fisher there. But I gotta say, you never count Fisher out, mine, because he is a quick driver, isn't he? Anyway, back to the action here tonight. As a Rogue Ghost is saying, as Rogue has said, is less scary to start at the back. I definitely concur with you on that one. You can get into less mischief. I must say, having said that, if I tried starting the back, I wouldn't get through Thunderbolt anyway. I'll probably just crash on my own. F1 2019 would certainly not be crashing on his own, because he's a very talented driver, as is the other 19 drivers here. And look at this, we've got a bit of a queue coming out of Monaco now then. So here we go then, and let's get going, shall we? This is what we all want to see. We want to see them going pounding around the Monaco street circuit at the lowest fuel, as less fuel as possible. These cars are as light as a feather now. This is as quick as these cars are going to be all weekend. Hold on to your hats. This is going to be brilliant stuff, isn't it? So whoa, is for 2019 they're just testing the limits there on that Mercedes, isn't he? Car 15 at the moment. Then he was second in the first race, wasn't he? He had an incredible battle between himself and Glock. He was 4th in China, wasn't he? But still battle through to finish second. There's a clear hierarchy at the moment in that silver, isn't there? We've got some very quick drivers at Glock, F1 2019 and Faxan, but you can count out like Lesnar and V Todd tonight's been impressive stuff as well. Remember, we know Hunter's caliber. Hunter was the first man to ever win an ALR race, was he, way back in Australia, season 1 in Australia, which was about March, April time, wasn't it? Wow, time flies when you're having fun. So can't count out Hunter either. We've also got some other guys. We've got Lesnar as well, because Lesnar is it's been pretty impressive, hasn't he? So anyway, let's go for it, and let's start this qualifying session. We've already started, I should say. 10 minutes to go, then we've got to determine then who's going to be first to 10th and who's going to get pole position then for the third round of silver. At the moment, it's Glock 2 for 2. He's the only ever man to start on pole position in the silver league. Then is anyone going to knock him off his perch? Can anyone knock the Renault man off his the Red Bull man off his perch then? Going down to Mirabel then, it's an 18.6 then for the first sector then for the Mercedes driver. So that's pretty good stuff indeed then. Into Lowe's hairpin then. You can see, look at that, just tickling the throttle there, tickling 23 miles an hour then. And now they're dropping down into 48 then. And you can see now coming now down the tunnel there. Of course, all this part of the circuit's in development there, isn't it? Because I don't think this will be on the C4 anymore. So they're trying to expand Monaco, aren't they? It's quite a short map. It's quite a small landmass, isn't it? With a lot of people. It's very condensed, isn't it? F1 2019 is not even remotely interested about the landmass of Monaco or anything like that. All he's interested in is his car and making sure he's on the right piece of tarmac, isn't he, for this qualifying session. Going into the second part of the swimming pool sections out, and now coming into Rascas. There's a beautiful clubber on that as part of the track. I do not know because I've never been. Oh, F1 2019 there. Wow, he's shaving a bit of the barrier off there, isn't he? Wants to cut it back. He's at a 10.1 there. He is straight on it already then. That's the quickest time in this qualifying session so far. As Forza flying through the swimming pool section now. Here comes Hunter then. We're on board with Hunter. He's the second man to come across the line, and he goes into 11.2 at the moment there. Hunter, he's 1.1 seconds off the pace as it stands at the moment. Forza come through in the Renault. Let's see what Forza can do. Forza jumps up into second position. He's on a 10.7. These times are getting thick and fast at the moment. Lesnar on track at the moment. We've got Droffer as well. Glock. Here comes Glock. He's done a 10.1 as well. Look at that. That's incredibly close between F1 2019 and Glock. It's 700ths of a second separates the two men who are first and second in the championship as it stands at the moment. My goodness me. Droffer on track. Lesnar on track. We've got Beefy as well. We've also got Faxon out there as well. Faxon is going to be the next one to cross the line, and Faxon is just starting his time then. So I was a bit too eager on that. I was a bit too eager on that front, wasn't I? So it's Lesnar's in the pits, and here comes Droffer and coming through the final turn. And oh my goodness me, his hand wasn't even on the wheel there, was he? He's a cover for Anthony Noakes, and he is on third fast at the moment, and a 10.4 then. There's a 3/10 second between the front two, and then Droffer back at the moment. We got Hunter, who was just coming in the pits, then we got to VTOL, who's on out of the Faxan starting to start. Beefy is going, who's got a 5-place grid penalty. It's all he is 6 fast at the moment in the front, 11.3 lanes, a 10 second off Hunter, who's 5th position. VTOL is back in the pits, and so VTOL there has not had a good start then to this session. Faxan is on 8th position, so we're watching King Zone coming out of the Seafront chicane now as well. Or is it the New Vale chicane? I think it's the Seafront chicane, isn't it? I've been saying, if that is the case, I've been saying it wrong for like, you know, the past 24 hours. Oh dear. And anyway, coming through at Rascas then. Here comes King's Home as well. Then, of course, Rascas is a lot narrower there, if anyone remembers. I think there was a, I think there was somebody who was on his wheels there, wasn't it? We've also had a Sciatorella spinning around there as well in the Simtech. King's Home goes 5th fastest moment. He is 10th. Yeah, he's 5th fastest moment at 10.8 there. Good stuff. We have just seen, in fact, I move out to third position there. Once again, it's the same three that is in the top 3 position. Glock, F1 and Faxan. Them guys are pretty impressive stuff, isn't it? They have been very consistent, haven't they? 6.5 minutes to go in this Monaco Grand Prix session, and let's see how it is after the first round of attempts. Then pole position for the 3rd time at the moment is Glock. Alongside him is F1 2019. That's row 1. That's a juicy row 1, isn't it? Faxon in 3rd position now, showing he's very consistent, isn't it? He raced in here before, raced in ALR before here. I think he got 6th or 5th, didn't he, on that day? Droffer in 4th position with Forza 5th, with Kingdom 6th, Hunter and FIFA 7th and 8th fastest. We have VTOD in 9th. We don't expect VTOD to stay there because he's been incredible. He's been electric on the streets of Monaco tonight. And we've got Lesnar, who's just on an out lap at the moment as well, and he's just getting his car prepped and ready to go. And I'm on board with Lesnar here. As those new tires, they look a bit shiny, don't they? So I think they are new tires. Then of course everyone gets a new set of soft compound rubber, don't they, to encourage more people to get out for Q3 then. Rogue saying, hopefully I can pull what I did last week. Yeah, of course. I've got to say, Rogue was had a bit of a nightmare start in China, didn't he? But my goodness me, he came back to finish well in the points there, didn't he? Well, he finished 9th in the end, didn't he? Rogue did so brilliant, well done as well. Remember, he was a very long way back as well. So Ghost did an incredible job there, very consistent indeed there to never give up. And Vandal was after session. Hopefully he'll come back in a minute. Oh, Lesnar there touching the wall there. Has he damaged the car? He is fine there. All the pieces are pointing in the right direction, getting very tight into Mirabel though. I think that was a bit too tight there. We must have lost a bit of momentum there. Go over the curb there of Lowe's then as the track drops away then, and coming down. I think if anyone remembers, they actually used to have a sponsor, didn't they, coming out of the Lowe's hairpin? It was of I think it was a model, wasn't it, for Martini, the Martini drink, wasn't it? And I think the driver was being asked to take that take the sign down because I was getting distracted by it. I always remember that for some reason. It just tickled me. That was back in 2009. Also back in 2009, Button did his own version of the Monaco Marathon, didn't he, as well, where he parked in the wrong place. 2009 in Formula 1, I gotta say, is probably one of the most special years, isn't it, in the Formula 1 archives. As Lesnar's back in the pits and Todd is out on track at the moment. We've also got Glock who starts up. I've also got I think that F1 2019 has gained a 10th. Is this going to be pole position? He's round deployment then. Is this going to cost him anything? Yellow flags and F1 2019 is at the 9s. He's a 9, 8, 9. Incredible stuff from F1 2019. He has got pole position. Oh, Glock is in the wall. Glock is in the wall. He's got 4 minutes to go. Then they've come out very early. Glock has damaged the car. And that is a blow then for Glock. This could be the first time we're not going to see Glock on pole position in an ALR silver race. Incredible stuff there from Glock. Oh dear, it's not going at all well, has it? Here comes Todd, and this is Todd's first attempt then on the streets of Monaco then in Q3 then. He's been great so far. Can he be fantastic? We're on board now. He is aiming. He has got into full fastest. He's on the second row of the grid. Brilliant stuff there from Todd then. Flying stuff in the McLaren there as well. So Glock then, he has enough time, I think, to come back out. He said he can get in the 9s. He has to prove it now, doesn't he? Can he get into the 9s then? He's got a 2:10 for the second deficit over F1 2019. He is flying back into the pits then. He knows he has got no time to waste, has he? So as all the guys come back in, we've got 180 seconds to go then. So he's coming into the pits now. Red Bull need to change that wing as quickly as possible. It's quite a short track around here. You see, we're doing 70-second odd laps there. So it should be enough. Mercedes mechanics are also out as well, as we're taking a bit of a load at the moment. FIFA Beefy is now starting us up as he's climbing up the hill. Ghost saying this track has the best camera angles. It really does, doesn't it? I think I'm glad Ghost brought out, because remember in Q1 we had a cracking shot of Forza's Ferrari, didn't we? Ferrari. Sorry, that's his gamer tag, isn't it? Well, he should be in a Ferrari, shouldn't he? Really? But of course, those two seats are occupied by Beefy and also Razor. But yeah, of course, we've seen Forza's Renault there. It looked absolutely splendid, didn't it? It was a beautiful shot here of the Renault there. I also like the rear diffuser camera angle as well, which is really shown in the Monaco, in the tunnel, just before the tunnel as well. And again, another cracking camera angle here. Let's just taking a look then as Glock is saying Faxon still in the middle of Casino, smashing my wing. Absolutely crazy there, so not good. So Faxon there and Glock have come to blows as FIFA there is we're taking liberties with the track there, FIFA is then. Now coming into Raskas then, and he's into the pits then with just 2 minutes to go. Glock is coming out of the pits then. He has got 2 minutes and that should be enough time. What about Glock? What about Faxon and DRS available? Car 31 then. Here he comes and he's coming to the line. He's flagging fast about Faxon and he has put himself onto the front row of the grid with less than a minute to go. Guys, he's got enough time to harvest the ERS electric recovery system and get back and have another lap there, have another attempt. King's on track at the moment. He's starting us out. Let's stay with Lesnar at the moment. Lesnar then coming, dropping down the hill, coming into 48 now then is the Red Bull driver. He hasn't set a time yet. Back on board the Red Bull driver. I keep getting Red Bull and Renault mixed up lately. I don't know what's going on there. I really don't know. Of course, I don't think Christian Horner or Cyril Beatball would be too happy with me doing that. Seeing Lesnar coming out to see French King now. It's lovely over the shoulder shot there. There's a Red Bull in the background. That is Glock. Glock is only had one attempt so far. He's damaged the car there because him and Faxon came to blows. Wow, he's got a long commitment there. There's no sense. He's very much Max Verstappen there, slapped, isn't he, through the swimming pool there. But unlike Verstappen, he kept it out the wall. Incredible talent there. He comes up to the line now. Let's see what he can do. He goes into the 10s. He's in the 11s. He's 8 fast at the moment. He can go for it again. There's a McLaren on the pits very late there. I'm not sure. I think that's Todd there. I think he might have missed the boat there. Hunter's on the lap at the moment. We've also got Faxon who's now going to start another lap then. He's got 30 seconds. Glock is also out there as well. What about King's Home? King's Home as he's 11 seconds off the pace there, so King's Home is just getting himself ready and going again then. We'll keep an eye on King's Home. Hunter using all the track and then some there, isn't he? Really right up to the barrier there. That's absolutely inch perfect, isn't he? He's come through the hotel. He's come through the tunnel now then. Yellow flags are fluttering all over the show at the moment then. This is where we might see a bit of fisticuffs here. FIFA Beefy unfortunately will be starting 15th tomorrow later on in this race. as Lesson's retired from the session. He's 8th fast at the moment. Hunter down in 9th at the moment. We're on board then with Hunter in the McLaren, and he's coming in. Oh, he's run a bit wide there. He keeps out of the wall there. Did he keep up the momentum there? It looked alright. He looked alright then. Let's see what he's going to do. He's 11.2 is his best time so far. He does 11.7. He's done a 10.7 there. He's moved up to 6th position. That's the third row of the grid. Beautiful stuff there. We got Forza there. His yellow flags are fluttering around in port yet because that is Lesnar's car just parking up, doing a Hamilton there beautifully. Beautiful guy there for Glock is on pole position. 109.899. Incredible stuff there. Fifth one 2019 was almost on pole position there. Fax down there. It's cruising to the finish line. Glock at the end of it got pole position by the skin of his teeth there. Forza is flying out there at the moment. Kingdom is done. So it's Forza. I think Droffer's out there as well. We're on board then with Forza. Oh, he's kissed the wall. He's in the pit lane there as well then. What a Droffer, and he is also we're on board then with him now, and I think that he might is 5 seconds off the pace then. So an incredible pole position, 3 out of 3 for Glock. So he is still the man on the qualifying. Can anyone stop him in the race? So at the moment he is looking very much the class of the field, isn't he? 3 pole positions in a row for Glock. Absolutely incredible stuff there. He's really back against the wall as well there for Glock, but still somehow managed to get himself going then. As Nicholas there said, "Lol, are you Clock?" Well, yeah, no, I think it is that Glock, isn't it? But wow, well done to Glock there. Brilliant stuff. He has done pole position as his 3rd pole position in a row, 3rd pole position of his ALR silver career, emphatically as well. I got to say he was really on the back foot there, wasn't he? But somehow he just pulled out the bag there by less than a 10th of a second. There, very much a nip and tuck there. Brilliant stuff. As we just got Glock saying, "Get in there!" Brilliant stuff as well. Anyway, then, so as we are now getting ready for the race itself, then, and hopefully we'll be getting going in a minute. We're just watching Glock's celebratory lap going around then, as we are now just getting ready into the race itself. So far then, the first 2 races, the story has been Glock really showing the way, hasn't he? His pace has been electric. F1 2019 has done a very good job of finishing second both times, and Faxon has finished 3rd in the first 2 races as well. It's been really dominating stuff, hasn't it, so far from those guys then. So here is the final class. Look at that! This is the final classification for the qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix. The less than a 10th of a second separates the front 3. These front 3 are incredible, aren't they? Glock on pole position for the 3rd time, but by 89 hundredths of a second from F1 2019 second. Faxon in 3rd, 900 of a second back as well. Then V Todd in 4th position, his best qualifying performance of ALR. Brilliant stuff as well. Droffer in 5th position, Hunter 6th. Forza 7th, Kingdom 8th, Lesnar 9th, and FIFA in 10th position then. As we just said, Nicholas saying, absolutely crazy. Relax. We're always relaxed here. And of course, we've also got Glock saying, I was annoyed there, sorry. So, yeah. So I think Glock was feeling a bit of the pinch there, wasn't he? But it didn't matter at the end of the day, did it? He still got pole position for the 3rd consecutive time. And he really is the I would say he's the bee's knees at the moment, isn't he? Impressive stuff indeed then. So now we're getting ready for the race itself then. So this is going to be a very interesting race. Well, look at that a beautiful sunny day here in Monaco. It's really shaping up to be an absolutely cracker race, isn't it, as well? I love all your opinions in what you think is going to occur here in Monaco. And we got a 20 car grid here. This is going to be pandemonium, isn't it? But you can see then there's absolutely no wind here. It's absolutely a lovely day here in Monaco, isn't it? It's absolutely night and day, isn't it, in terms of qualifying in the race of yesterday, isn't it? Absolutely raining in the qualifying here, bucking it down, raining cats and dogs yesterday, and then we had a beautiful night qualifying session, and now we have got an absolutely cracking daytime race as well. So we are now, as the race start is ticking down then, as you can see. We're just about to get into it then, so we'll go through the grid from front to back and seeing what tires they're in on then. That's the famous Monaco shot then, isn't it? And we're gonna be watching these guys then powering down, charging down into turn 1 then. in just a few moments time. As we said, 39 laps around here. It's very much a marathon around here. It is a short track, isn't it? But those 39 laps feel like forever. It's a mental game, this one is, isn't it? You've got to get in the rhythm, haven't you? And I think it's going to be a very tough old race, isn't it? So pole position for the third time is Glock, 3 for 3 in ALR Silver. The Silver man has been on pole yet. F1 2019 is alongside him on row 1. He's on soft compound tires. Watch him fly. Faxan in third position there. Once again, Faxan showing some incredible consistency. Fourth position is V-Todd. Incredible stuff from V-Todd then. With Droffer in fifth position. Hunter is in sixth. We got Forza 7th. Eighth position is Kingdom. Lesnar 9th. And Asdog is in 10th position. Asdog, of course, will start on the tire. Whatever he can start, he's free to choose his tires, isn't he? Of course, after the free 5-place grid penalty for FIFA. Van Dorn is 11th position. Razor 12th. Toon is in 13th position there. 14th position is Ihan there. 15th position is at FIFA, of course, as we said. He's also on used tires and he's got a 5-place grid penalty for crashing into, well, for the collision with his teammate. Which we didn't really see what happened. Double in at 16th position. Then we got LPE making his debut in 17th position. Cracking stuff there. 18th position is Serious Mushroom. We've got Ghost Recon in 19th position there in the racing point. So he should be in the wins for today. He's decided to go for the Pink Panther. And well, basically we've had a driver transfer, haven't we, with YBR in the Williams there. So yeah, that's interesting stuff, isn't it? Right then. 39 laps around here, everyone. This is not for the faint of heart, is it? You have to be skilled to finish this race. You have to be skilled to even qualify for this race. And congratulations to all 20 guys that have done so. Here to say, yellow flags are floating around in free. Don't worry about that. We could have a lot of yellow flags, so that might be the marshals just getting their arms ready, ready to go in this race then. So just on board with YBR, he is the final man to line up on this 20-car grid then for the Monaco Grand Prix. We are now waiting for those lights then, and when they go off, we'll be racing in Monaco. There it is. We're going to have a pause, and we'll be racing then in Monaco then as the lights go out. But we're just going for the traditional ALR pause, and we are racing. No! I know we got a good bit of wheel spin there, and at the moment everyone's maintained position apart from Serious Mushrooms. Dropped down 2 positions already. They're flying through turn 1 then, and then let's see how it's going. Got yellow flag away. We got car inside Alfa Romeo who's gone off. It's Asdog. It is Asdog. He's gone right off into turn 1 now. I'm not sure what happens for Asdog, but that's a bit like, oh, it's got damage. I think it's Alfa Romeo. It's actually alright, isn't it? Let's take a look. Oh my goodness me, that's a Renault. That's not alright though. That's a Daviton. No, that's it. Oh, LPE's had a crack. That's a Ferrari with both end plates gone then already. That's a Ferrari. FIFA is gone. Oh no, and it's all gone a bit wrong then down in mirror, but then as they come through the hairpin and look, oh no, that's massive crash, and there's wings all over the show here as they come into the hairpin, and oh no, we've got a 2000 Monaco Grand Prix. They've all gone, oh, they're just ramming the house out the way. Oh my goodness me, that's a smash there. Toon is out of the race there. It was getting brutal there. I felt a bit like a rugby game out there. They were just driving into a 3-second penalty there for a drop already then, as Toon fan is having a miserable old time here in Monaco, isn't he? And look at that, oh goodness me, I was almost cursed there, as it was getting very, very dicey indeed then, as the Renault was just trying to get out of the way of Alpine, and as he is just struggling, dropping down the back there. Double is down in 18th position there, and 20th and 19th position there is Serious Mushroom. Glock's at the fast of the race then, as Van Dorn is at Lesnar's in the pits, and a bit of a messy old start here in Monaco, isn't it? It was getting very tense as well. Glock is leading the race then, and but Les F1 2019 is on the soft compound tire here, isn't he? And he's now he needs to make the move quickly, doesn't he? As he has the softer rubber, doesn't he? He'll have more purchase in those tires then, as they come down into come down to Mirabel now, and Hunter up in 5th position, then Forza in 6th position, and King's up in 8th position, Van Dorn, and then we've got Razor YBR. He's had a cracking start. He's moved last on the grid. He's up into 11th position, and 9 positions has been gained from the Williams driver then. Asdog's dropped down 2 positions. Unfortunately, we've had a couple of incidents there, and also other pitches that Ghost Recon as well. FIFA has got a 5-second penalty there for cutting the corner then, as we just changed the graphic there. So and this is the battle, and of course we had a cracking battle between these two in Russia. We might be on a replay. This time it's now in Monaco, a completely different circuit to Russia, isn't it? This is it's going to be very interesting indeed then. Of course, track position is king around here. There's Faxland there, of course, who's finished third in the first 3 races as well. These 3 are incredible, aren't they? So far at the moment, they're very much dominating the podium positions, aren't they? Similar to 2001, isn't it, where it used to be Hamilton, Rosberg and Vettel as they come through Casino Square there, as Casino Scar, sorry, as they come out of Saint Devote then, as they come up the hill then. And they are down 4/10 of a second, separates them as well. Let's just take a look up and down then. It's very much nip and tuck out there at the moment, isn't it? There's a couple of gaps gaining. Of course, this track very much does promote field spread, doesn't it? Because you can only be on the accelerator a car's length behind the car in front. Then I think I've just had a look at Toon there. It's I think Toon Fan is. To be honest, I would say it was very brutal there, wasn't it? He was just being shoved out of the way. If you remember Monaco 2000, I think it was Pedro da Rosa and a Jaguar that was squeezed around, wasn't it? They, of course, had the red flag the race, but I don't know who it was, but they were just driving Toon Fan out of the way there, and it was brutal, wasn't it? And then he just got pumped into the barrier there, didn't he, by the looks of it? So yeah, it was very much they were not keen to be stuck behind Toon's car, were they? Already? Yeah, that was harsh. On board then with F1 2019, then here he is, and he is matching Glock stride for stride moment. There it is. Similar to Russia though, they have got there's a step difference compounder tyres as they come through the complete lap free. DRS has been enabled then on this lap. On board then with F1 2019, you need a bold move there to get in front here around here. In Saint Devote, possibly also down to the seafront chicane as well. Another opportunity as well. Hunter is now all over the back of the Toro Rosso driver of Droffa, as you can see as they come up the hill. Then we've got Vital as well in fourth position, doing a cracking job out there at the moment. Just taking a look up and down the field. Then it's just double there in 13th position. Serious Mushroom is in 14th position then. So I think everyone below Serious Mushroom is actually coming to the pits, have they? Yeah, there's a lot of pit activity. As we've got, oh no! And I think Serious Mushroom's just gone into the back of Double, and then Double's damaged the car. I think he just ran into the back of Double, and unfortunately Serious Mushroom has damaged both him and Double's car there. So that's a big blow for both these guys. So they're 11 seconds back at the moment. Glock has got a 3-second penalty already in this race, and that might pay dividends later on in the race. Then remember, penalties. Ghost Recon set fast up the race. He is flying on the soft compound tires back to the front of the field at the moment. He's going up to 9/10 of a second, the gap at the front at the moment. Faxland is now close to F1 2019, and F1 2019 is to Glock. Glock is now starting to wander away slightly. We're keeping an eye on yellow flag in 3. What's going on in 3? Oh no, that's a car going right away. There's Van Dorn has got the wrong way. Oh my goodness me, YBR's in the points. Fantastic, fantastic start there. But Van Dorn there is damaged the car. That's a lot of damage as well for the Mercedes there, and Ansdonk is just homing up behind him. So Van Dorn is going to have to come in the pits. That is a lot of damage on the Mercedes car there, and that's a shame. Then back to the spot here. Then Vital at the moment is a bit of the cork in the bottle here at the moment, isn't it, in the Mercedes? It's Droffler, Vital, and Hunter, and then we got Forza and Kingdom as well. And look at this, he's all over the background like a bad suit as they come into Mirabo. Then this is going to be cracking stuff as well. Droffler is the meat in the McLaren sandwich at the moment on board the Toro Rosso driver, as Serious Mushroom is. And so there's something going on down there. I think it's just Van Dorn coming out of the pits. Double in the pits as well. That's a shame now for Double, isn't it? Really? So he's now gone to the medium compound tires, and he should be away then. From 2019, has also got a 3-second penalty as well. Droffler's dropped back there. Oh, and Hunter was definitely having a look there, but Droffler was slamming the door shut there. He was not going to let Hunter go by there as well. Of course, we've had, if anyone remembers the 2003 Monaco Grand Prix with Perez, he was a launcher down there, wasn't he? There were some cracking moves there, but there's some very questionable moves as well. We also had, I think it was Jonathan Cox and Farf as well towards the end of the last race as well. Yesterday's race, it was getting a bit heavy down there as well, wasn't it? Yesterday. On board then with Hunter at the moment, he is in sixth position only. He's on the hard compound, the medium compound tyre, and he'll be going very long as the race. Razor is already in the pits then for the Ferrari team, and it's because they damaged the car, and so he's on the hard compound tyres, and let's see how long it goes for. Remember, Jonathan did a monstrous stint on the hard tyres yesterday, so I'm wondering if Razor is going to do a similar strategy here today. He is quite a way in front of Serious Mushroom. Serious Mushroom's in the pits, I think he's going to have to come into the pits as well. Lesnar's now moved up to 12th position. He's going to get in front of the Ferrari. He does get out in front of the Ferrari. His Razor stuck on the pits there as well. And now FIFA Beefy there is also in front of his team as well. Hopefully the Ferraris don't come together like they did in qualifying. Because that really has hurt. That's really hurt FIFA's race, hasn't it? That's Glock! Glock is off the track. Van Dorn has left the session. Glock is off the track. He's damaged the car. The man who's won 2 races in a row. Toon has left the session as well. Glock is in major trouble there. We just seen him coming out the seafront chicane, taking the lead. F1 2019 in Faxland. They're all over the back feature. Glock is coming into the pits, and oh no, this is not going to toll for the Red Bull driver. The man who's won 2 for 2 so far on pole position 3 times in a row. What is Faxland doing? He's all over the back of everyone. 2019. going into the first turn. VTOL is up to so Glock. This is not going to toy. He's on the hot command tower as the race leader was, and so he's coming in and out. He's damaged the car coming out of the Seaford K9. We've got Williams Mechanics out there as well. I'm wondering it's for YBR then coming in the pits as well. And wow, drama in this race then as we've only just 7 laps into this race, and well, we've had a lot of incidents as well. Toonfan unfortunately out of the race then already after he seemed to be part of the bowling squad, didn't he? Say he was just driving into him, wasn't he? Unfortunately then. It's a huge run. We got Van Dorn who's left the session. Hopefully he'll come back in a minute. But so he's just having an awful time at that one. Van Dorn is. This is the battle for lead. This is what you want to see at the moment. There's the facts all over the back of F1 2019. F1 2019 leads. This is a golden opportunity for F1 2019. All facts to take a victory for the first time in their careers in ALR. And my goodness me, well, we're keeping on Glock. At the moment, Glock is on the hard tires. He's going to go a very long way. Then it's all about track position in this race. So it's not about. It's probably not about having the best tires at the time. It's also just about track position, isn't it? At the moment, Faxan does have the best tires. He needs to get by. Can he get by F1 2019? How long is F1 2019 going to stay out there though? As they come up the hill, then as they come out of Thunderbolt, then and cut up the hill, then we've also got V Todd there, really under pressure still from Droffler, Hunter, and also Forza as well. Kingdom dropping back there because I think the soft tires are now starting to wear off slightly. And that's a runner there of LPE there. Just get out of the way there of Ghost Recon. Ghost Recon has got the fast off the race, I figured about. Oh my goodness me! Faxan is just pushing him around the Lowe's hairpin, and now they're dropping down the hill once again. Now coming into Poirier. Van Dorn is back in the session then. So can Van Dorn get back in his car and start to get himself back at the field then. YBR's made his stop and he's out now. Look, Faxan is going on. He is through. He is free. Takes the lead in the Monaco Grand Prix. Fantastic maneuver. He is done. He has moved up into first position. Faxan has taken the lead, and now let's. Oh, he's at the wall! He's at the wall! He damaged the car? I'm not sure. Let's take a look. He hasn't damaged the car, and it was just a glancing blow. So the Haas mechanics are yellow flagging free. Just take a look, see what's going on free. Just having a quick glance there. As who is it? As YBR has got by Razor there. We've also got Asdog there out there as well. But yeah, Faxad has taken the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix. F1 2019 has dropped down to second at the moment. We've also got Ghost Recon, who's just got by the ghost of Van Dorn, and we've got VTOL in the pits. VTOL's in the pits, and he's done 7 laps on those soft compound tires there, so he's in the pits. And what tires? He's got on the hard compound tires, so I wonder if he's got to do 30 laps. Oh, he's also damaged his front wing as well. The McLaren drivers, as Dog's as well. Glock is going to get through. I think Glock should be back up into a net 4th position here. Well, it'd be a net 3rd actually, won't it? So Glock is now back up to a net 3rd position then, as it stands then. VTOL coming out of the pits as well. Asdog also changing his wings as well. There's going to be a lot of change of wings here tonight, I feel. As now VTOL there coming out the pits, and I think he's on a strong race, isn't he? VTOL is I think he's damaged the wing again, has he? He has, you know, he's damaged the wing coming out the pits there. So I'm wondering if he took too much of an acute angle, and because of that, he has damaged the wing. Now it's not good at all there for VTOL then, so he's going to have almighty understeer now till the rest of the race. Back on board then with Ahan then is he is making his debut tonight, doing a cracking job in the racing point. He is looking very much keen, isn't he, here in the Monaco Grand Prix, and one of the most toughest races to make your debut on, but he's doing a fantastic job at the moment, isn't he, the race support driver? Faxan's got a 1.6 seconds lead, 1.7 seconds lead. Faxan has at the moment. Can he get his first win of ALR Silver with 30 laps to go? Anything can happen in Monaco. We've still got a long way to go. It's like a marathon now, isn't it? Now you've got to keep it out of the wall, haven't you? You've got to keep it on the straight and narrow. You've got to keep the pace up, keep your concentration. That is the name of the game here in Monaco. There, is Alhan there almost clipping the wall there. As he's just chasing VTOL, and VTOL is just getting himself up to speed at the moment. So he has just put on a set of hard tires, and should he be going to the end of the race? I don't know, to be honest. I gotta say, who knows? I'm not a man of strategy. Well, I'm not a man of anything, to be fair. But strategy is certainly nothing that it's something that I definitely am not very good at. As I just take a look then, yeah. So as a Toon there, let's just take a quick look at Toon saying because he got smashed out the way a couple of times, left with no front wing. Yeah, I think he was very upset there. And so it's Toon there, not happy at all then. I've got to say, I kind of agree with him there, really, because he got absolutely munched that way there, didn't he? As Droffler's got a 5-second penalty there, a 3-second penalty there as well. We also got a Drayden Baston there, who is who's loving the fact that Faxan is leading, and he is leading as well. It's an incredible drive for Faxan. He's got a 5-second penalty. The F1 2019 cars. He's in the pits now. He's on this medium compound tire, and he's out of the pits now. Droffler is coming through. Then he's going to take F1 2019. Where's F1 2019 compared to Glock? Remember, Glock would have had an extra stop there, an extra 5-second stop then, but people got a penalty as well. Then where is Glock? Glock is coming through now. He should think F1 2019 is out in front then. He is out in front then. Kingdom's also in the pits as well then. So so at the moment then, as Glock is at the fast out of the race then, as he is now starting to put the pressure on F1 2019, isn't he? But remember, F1 2019 has that penalty. I don't remember penalties. It's going to be it's definitely going to be very much in play, isn't it? And we're not going to know who's going to actually be where in this race until the final stage of the race. There is Kingto just coming out of the pits in front of VTOD then. So VTOD's changed the front wing, has really dropped him down the order, hasn't he? VTOD was battling in 4th position at the moment. Now he's dropped down into 9th position and behind Kingdom as well. Lesnar's moving up the order quite nice as well. He's up to 8th position at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed. Then we've also got YBR, who's all over the back of FIFA Beefy as well. Razor has gone from the race. He's in. I think he's. I wonder if it's in the pit lane. It might be in the pit lane, but he's out of the race. So we're on board Double, who is in 19th position at the moment. And he just, unfortunately, Double just got nerfed off at Sander Vort, didn't he, really? Otherwise, he would have been a lot higher up. Faxon's got 11-second lead at the moment. That is absolutely cracking stuff there, isn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed then, as he comes up the hill. Then yellow flag in one. What's going on in one then? Just taking a quick look. Oh, who is that? That's YBR who's gone on the inside then. As they cut the chicane there. YBR does, and feet for beefy. YBR there. I'm not sure if that was very much a bona fide overtake there, was it? But well, he's through nonetheless, and he's moved himself up into 11th position. YBR has had a cracking race so far, hasn't he? In 12 laps there. Started from the back of the field. He navigated himself up into the points there. As you can see now, we've also got a bit of a queue for him behind King's at the moment. Yellow flag in at 1 and 2 at the moment. Yellow flag in 2. Just taking a quick look, seeing what's going on then out there. We're just making sure that everyone is still in the straight and now. So on the straight now, F1 2019 is now starting to become all over the back of fours as well. Glock is in striking distance as well. So they're on board, and VTOL is showing the pace around here. Even with a damaged front wing, he is still keeping up with Kim Zone. Very nice as well. VTOL is having an incredible drive out there today, isn't he? Hopefully he can be awarded with some points there. And now let's come down into the Lowe's hairpin then, accelerate now. Oh, this is the shot I want to see. Look at this. It's an incredible shot there. Looking back at the debutant, the racing point driver of Ahan there. And look at this. This is an incredible shot, isn't it? They come through the tunnel there. VTOD has dropped back to a second now. And I'm wondering if Ahan is going to have a quick look. We're on board then with the racing point driver. He is not quite then. Faxan is in the pits then. We have got F1 2019 who is Faxan's coming out of the pits. F1 2019 is going to be in front of Faxan. He is in front of Faxan. And it's Faxan. Where's Glock? There's Glock. Glock is here. He's coming out the pits. And that's Faxan. He's got up the inside line. And where is he? Where is he? Faxan jumps back to the Glock. He's squeezing him. And they're coming up the hill. They're coming up the hill. They're side for side. And they've gone into the Glock has gone into the wall there. And Faxan. It's very tough to go side by side up there. And unfortunately, Glock there maybe should have. I wonder if he probably should have yielded there. And who is that? And I'm sure someone's in the wall there, wasn't it? I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing things, but it's Faxan got damage there. Glock there really. They do go side by side there. I'm wondering if they probably should have. Glock should have probably yielded and had another go. Talking of which, F1 2019 is now up into third position. And he at the moment has the advantage, doesn't he, over his rivals of Faxan and Glock. Glock has got damage again. I wonder if he's going to have to come back in the pits then, because that's a lot of damage on the Red Bull. He's lost a lot of wing elements, hasn't he, on that Red Bull car then at the moment. Glock is that's a big blow for Glock, isn't it? Droffler leads. Hunter is up in the second position with F1 2019 third. Forza 4. Faxan in 5th position. We've got Glock. He's lost 4 seconds, hasn't he? Since that clash at the beginning of the lap. Then he has to come in the pits. And F1 2019 is still the fast. Otherwise, Glock is in the pits. It's not going well at all for the Red Bull driver. What a shame there for Glock. Really is. And as they were going side by side up the hill, is probably not advisable, really, is it? As now then, it's Glock is saying he's done with him now, so I think he's not happy there, because I think they clashed in qualifying as well, didn't they? So we've got a So yeah, not ideal there at the moment in this event. And we're on board then with Alham then as he, of course, making his debut. He's doing a cracking job, isn't he? Brilliant stuff. So Vital is in 8th position moment. He's now starting to back him up slightly, isn't he? Razor has left the session, and Razor is out of the race, and he is one of the 2 retirements. We're now 2 retirements so far as we're approaching half distance here in this incredible, as 5-second penalty there for Ghost Recon. So we're here in this incredible Monaco Grand Prix then. Remember, race position is absolutely king around here at the moment. And that's a Williams having a look down at Lowe's Airpin there, and Alhan doing a cracking cracking job there of keeping of just making sure that he doesn't drive into giving him space. Wow, done brilliant stuff there from the Racing Point driver. On board with him now, as you can see. We have lost Droffa is in the pits. Hunter leads then. I think this is Hunter's first time Hunter has led a Grand Prix in a very long time in ALR. Because remember, Hunter a veteran, isn't he? One of the most experienced drivers in the field. F1. Oh! I think as the David Todd got the wall then. Wow, look at that. That's incredible bit of cameraman workmanship. Oh, he's in the wall again. That time he's got an end plate prone for the Racing Point. And he's going to cover the pits then. He is staying out of the road then. But this is going to help V Todd enormously well, isn't it? YBR will probably need to get by him then as quickly as possible. He wants to keep tabs out. Serious Mushroom's got a 3-second penalty. These penalties are, as we've been saying though, been starting to accumulate as we've got Facts I know who's now all over the back of Forza. Forza hasn't stopped yet, nor is Hunter's as he's coming out the hill. Oh my goodness me, I thought he was going to have a go there. Not quite then. Coming into Casino Square, and again, YBR are thinking better of it then, and not having to go into Casino Square then. I wonder if he's, I think his best opportunity might be down to the Sea French chicane then. We'll find out very soon. What about Faxline? Faxline is having a look at the Sea French chicane then, but nothing gained at the moment then. We've got a Ghost Alpha Romeo out there at the moment. It's either Asdog or I think it looks like it's double, actually is double in 17th position then as it stands at the moment. F1 2019 is now all over the back of Hunter. This is the battle for the lead here in Monaco then. We're on lap 16 then. We're on lap 15. Hunter is it's Hunter gets out of the way then. So Hunter there I think is thinking better of it. Got a yellow flag. There's two there. It's something has gone wrong down there, hasn't it? It's a yellow flag in one end. Let's just take a look, see what's going on. They're in the hairpin there. Well, I wonder if it was these two. Glock has retired from the session. Glock is out of this race, and so the man who's won 2 races from two starts in ALR is done in this race. Oh, he's coming out the bar. He's coming out the tunnel there. We've had a couple of big old smashes there in the past, haven't we? Remember, Alonso and Ralph Schumacher come to blows there, didn't they? Of course, Alonso was a gesture into Ralph before he even stopped there. Glock is out of the Monaco Grand Prix, and that is a huge shock here of in the ALR Silver at the moment. On board with Fax, and then as Glock is there for session there. And as Glock said, he's just commented, I'm out, goodbye. So that's unfortunate for Glock, and he is retired from this race. And we're on board as we're just watching Fax, and he's having a look on the inside. Forza is giving him just about enough space, and Fax squeezes through. He squeezes through. Incredible stuff there, and he's up into 3rd position there, Fax on us, and he is coming through quite nicely there. And of course, so F1 2019 has now got a 1.7 second lead over Hunter second. Fax in 3rd position, and getting a bit squirrely there at the moment. And he's just going through the ghost car of the Alfa Romeo then. So Faxman's got an 8-second deficit then to Hunter. Hunter hasn't come in the pits yet, so we'd be interested to see how far Hunter can go on those medium compound tires. Then we got Lesnar in 6th position, we got Kings in 7th, we got 8th for V Todd, 9th it's YBR, and top there is getting very close there, isn't it? And now accelerates away, and you can see V Todd there is just parked on the middle of the track as they come through. Anthony knows that DR is available for YBR, and let's see, is he going to go through then? It's very difficult to overtake on here, isn't it? This is frustration of the highest order, isn't it, in Monaco, where you're just looking at the back of someone's rear diffuser, and it really is, can be very frustrating as well. Also depends on the current of the fuse as well. You're looking at V-Todd. Look at that though. He's struggling there with the car. V-Todd is at the moment, isn't he? We think V-Todd's going to the end of the race on the hard tires, isn't he? And so there's a couple of guys in front. Oh, he's gone into him. He's gone into it. I think that was a bit of end plate. The Williams there just skating across the track there. He has lost end plate. It's the left front end plate there of YBR. He's doing a cracking job, YBR. So I've got to say, very impressive stuff. But unfortunately, it's not he's now damaged the car, so that's not good at all. V-Todd is now 4.6 seconds behind Kingston, which is in 7th position. We've got Lesnar in 5th. He's going to go on the inside. He is on the inside. Well, they're down here, skating across the Sea French chicane there. He is through and up into 8th position there with IBR, so he needs to do that move. He did do that move. Again, I'm not sure how I'm not sure how legitimate that move was, but I suppose it's through in the end. Forces in and out, so it's on the hard tire. Then we've got yellow flag in 3. What's going on in 3? Just taking a quick look. Oh, that's the Alfa Romeo there, and that's Asdog. He's got no wing at all there in the Alfa Romeo. He's really strung out there at the moment, and the Alfa Romeo driver is. So he's coming into the pits, I think. He is coming into the pits. Now joining the battle then between Serious Mushroom and and Van Doren. Yeah, that's who it is. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Monaco's not only was definitely breaking me. I don't know how it's not breaking the drivers at the moment. So Asdog is in and out. He's just doing his front wing. I think he's not going to get out in front of this battle here between 11th, 12, between Van Doren and Serious Mushroom. This has been this has been a very cracking battle, hasn't it? These two have been battling away for quite a long period of time now. Now the 12 finishing. We have got, I've got to say, it's been impressive so far. We've only had 3 retirements and low up 18 there, and I think that Serious Mushroom went in the wall there. I'm not sure if we damaged the car or not. We've just taken a look to see if there's damage on the end plate there. But that is not good. That was not good at all there for the Wiz driver. Just taking a look at the back of the front because Hunter is in the pits there for the McLaren team. He's on the hard compound tires. There's a one-stop strategy to the end of the race now. Hunter is. He has kept his nose clean, beautifully well. Droffer is coming out now, and Droffer is coming out now. So Hunter has dropped out of 4th position. Is he going to get out in front of Lesnar? We're on board with Lesnar now. There's Hunter. He is through and up in the 4th position. Where's Kingdom? Kingdom won't be out. I think so. Hunter is doing a cracking job. Actually, he's cut out just behind Lesnar, and he's in 5th position. He is on fresher tires. Is that going to pay dividends later on in the race? We'll find out soon. Yellow flag in 3 as LP. They're just getting away at the moment in the second Renault, who's down in 17th position at the moment. But he's just keep going and he can score some points there. Van Doren is now starting to have a Q behind him. Actually, he's got Serious Mushroom and Ghost Recon. Is now starting to really put some pressure on. Here comes Forza, who's all over the back of VTOL at the moment in the battle fight for 9th position. VTOL has been the star of the show tonight, hasn't he? Really good in qualifying today and in the race. So he's been involved in almighty battles at the moment, hasn't he? As Serious Mushroom is coming into the pits then. So Ghost Recon is now going to take over Serious Mushroom and have a go with Van Doren. Van Doren at the moment, it seems to be a cork. It's holding some drivers back at the moment for Van Doren at the moment, and Ghost is going to have going to try his luck as well. The gap at the front then at the moment is F1 2019, who is on the medium tires. Just taking a look to see who's had a trip there. But Serious Mushroom is out of the race, and so they're starting to drop now in the second half of this race. Then this is where it's going to get it's really tough indeed, isn't it? In terms of just keeping yourself. Just keeping yourself concentrated and keeping yourself concentrated. Forza, I've got to say that these guys. Oh, Forza! Oh my goodness me! I think he's got on the wall there. He's having a look on the outside, and oh no, they've made contact. There's debris coming off the Renault. Now they're powering up the hill. Then as they come over the crest of the hill. Now there's a racing point in the background as well, and there's also a Ferrari. Forza's going on the inside of Todd. He is on the inside of Todd, but that Todd is serious for some session. And Forza is using the barrier as a brake at the moment, isn't he? Oh, and he's got white there in the Mirabeau, but he is through and up into an 8th position. Then 9th position is 9th position is at VTOL at the moment, and Alhan there is in 10th position in the racing point. Then we've also got Asdog, who's got in front of the racing point now. That was incredible. That was a good overtake if we just caught up with it. Oh, whoa, and I'm not sure. No, Ghost Recon there has just completely gone nowhere, really, just lagged there. So. Yeah, so I'm not sure what happened there then. There's a yellow flag in at 2. What's happening in 2? It's VTOL has had a problem there in the C front chicane now. And in the McLaren there, he's dropping down. Lesnar's in the pits. So Lesnar's coming to the pits after 18 laps. Hunter is moving himself into 4th position. He's had a cracking drive. Hunter is impressive stuff there from the former winner of gold. VTOL is coming into VTOL is struggling then. Is cracking qualifying. Might not produce himself a race. A decent race finish. He's coming into the pits now. The McLaren driver is, and it's lap 21 then. I think he'll be on for a safety car now. I think a lot of the guys behind from further back will also be on for a safety car as well then. 10 seconds to go between F1 2019 and Faxan second. We've got Droffer in 3rd position, Hunter 4th, Kingdom 5th, 6th position is at YBR, 7th position is at Fords there. Ahan is in 8th position on his debut, cracking stuff for Ahan there. 9th position is at Lesnar, FIFA 10th for Guttard, 11th position. We got Van Doren and Asdog batting away in 11th and 12th position. Where's Vitor? He's just coming on the pits now, and oh, there's a car right in the middle of the track there. there. That's a car in the middle of the track. Who is it? I'm just taking a look to see what it is. It's LPD there who's just recovering from somewhere. It's yeah, the red. Oh dear, and he's in the wall there. I wonder if that's frustration now. So that is a very dangerous place to have a car. I wonder if we're going to have a safety car in this race. I don't think Burnt Mylander is really remotely interested at the moment. Then is he in the in coming out of the moment there? 22 out of 29. Then we just seen Darren there saying that this track sucks. It does indeed, doesn't it? From a certain point of view, it does. It's really causing all kinds of headaches at the moment, isn't it? And now Van Dorn is under a vibrant. Look at this. Oh no! They've crossed, and there's a big smash. That's a huge smash. And Van Dorn's going the wrong way down the back, and he's in the wall. He's in the wall. He's out of the race. Then Van Dorn is out of the race, and wow, that was an almighty smash. We talked about the Alonso incident earlier on a couple of laps ago. Well, that is kind of a replay of that. That is a scary smash indeed. Ghost Recon is back in the race, and he's in 14th position. Then Todd there is. Oh, who is that? That's a McLaren, and that's a Mercedes in the back. That's F1 2019 now. Well, I think you ghost now, don't you, when you lap people? So look at this. There's Asdog there. Todd is through up to 11th position. Asdog dropping. Oh, and he's in the wall. Oh, good job, F1. Good job. You can ghost there, because that would have taken out the leader, which wouldn't have been very good at all, would it? As oh my goodness me! So yes, I gotta say it's been a very entertaining Grand Prix, hasn't it, to say the least, here in Monaco. And I gotta say there's some very good driving going on at the moment. There's some also questionable driving as well. Yellow flag in free. Just taking a look, see what's going on in free. So hopefully it's just a quick glance if someone's just had a problem. Anyway, 14 cars are left then. At the moment, F1 2019 has got a 9.6 second lead over the man. Faxon is on the hard compound tire, and those hard compound tires might help him as Asdog is out of the race then. As we got a virtual safety car here. He's in the tunnel, Asdog is, so that's a mighty dangerous place to park your F1 car. You do not want to be in there, do you? Asdog is left for session then, so Asdog out of the race then from 12th position then. I think that's frustration as well. On board YBR, who is all over the back of King's Out. YBR, I gotta say, YBR's doing an absolutely outstanding drive today, isn't he? We talk about V Todd having a cracking drive. Oh, it's FIFA Beefy's in the pits, and he's always got a 5-second penalty for crossing the white line at the exit there for FIFA Beefy. That's not good at all, is it? And really, that possibly could have been avoided there, but that's a shame that FIFA Beefy hopefully can bounce back. So just on board with YBR. Oh, we have got the leader in the pits. DRS has been enabled, so F1 2019 is in and out. He's gone the soft compound tires now until the end of the race. Got yellow flag in 2. Got yellow flag in 2. Let's just take a look to see what's going on in 2. Hopefully it's nothing too worrying. Droffer is up into second now. He's got down to the front wing, but he is down for the second position. F1 2019 has dropped down into 4th position. He has soft tires. He will have the pace advantage, but he has to overtake now. F1 2019 dropped down to 4th position. Faxland leads the Monaco Grand Prix then with on lap 24. Incredible stuff, and we got YBR. I gotta say, YBR is a strong contender for driver today. He's been absolutely superb, hasn't he? From 20th on the grid, he is full his way. He's got 17 laps. And Van Dorn is after session, and he is a number of retirements. So we're down to 13 cars in this incredible Monaco Grand Prix. I think this would be one Grand Prix a lot of drivers would be happy to get out of the way. Hunter doing a cracking job. Faxon doing a great job. Droffer doing a cracking job as well. And so is YBR. So we're on board with YBR at the moment. Then is he just climbing over the curb then going into 48. As Kingsholm is the man as he's attacking. Kingsholm's got 5 lap younger tyres than YBR. YBR's got the bit between his teeth, hasn't he? He's very much YBR has very much got the legs over the Toro Rosso driver. And Toro Rosso are doing a cracking job in this race, so in the 2nd and 5th position, that is the highest team pair at the moment. Brilliant job indeed. Then when they go over they can fly over the curves there. Incredible camera work here in Monaco. So we got Hunter there, who is dropped behind F1 2019. Hunter there is, I think, playing the long game, isn't he? Doing similar to what Steve did last night. Steve played the long game, and he finished an incredible 4th last night. So I think Hunter might be taking a leaf out of Steve's book here in the McLaren. Then I don't think we're going to see the same courtesy from Kingsholm as they're bang away as they come up the crest of the hill. Then and they fly over the crest. Then V Todd is now coming to the back of FIFA Beefy in the battle for the final points as well. I think V Todd would like to get on the points. He's done incredible qualifying. But in the race there, once again, I think in China, he got into Q3 in China as well, but just the race hasn't just gone the way he wanted to at the moment, has it? FIFA Beefy there is a godsend 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane, so FIFA Beefy back in the pits there, only done one lap on those soft tyres. Ayhan has done, I don't know, he's on the medium tyres, he's done the fast on the race there. FIFA Beefy has left the session then, so he will not be scoring any points as well unless he gets back in his car pronto before the end of this race then, because at the moment he's going to be dropping down the order as well. Ghost Recon is 12, double in 13th at the moment as it stands, and we've got Recon saying, Ghost saying can't catch a break. We also got to Darren saying I took myself out DRS field and the team didn't replace the front wing now, so it was all against Darren there today, wasn't it? So that's a shame. And into the pits there comes YBR. He really had the legs over Kingston, but he's come in the pits and he's done 18 laps on those those medium tyres. I think I would say that's the most for double there. Of course, double is very much twinkle toes, isn't he, in terms of tyre management, isn't he? Forza also in the pits as well then. So Williams mechanics going to work. Another set of salt and medium compound tyres for the Williams. They're also chasing the front wing for YBR. And he was quick, wasn't he? So now it's going to be almightily quick now with that front wing change. Is he going to get in front of Forza? Forza is coming. No, there's the Williams there. So the Williams are just coming out now. So he's in 7th position then. 8th position then is Forza. Is he going to get in front of his in the debutant? No, he doesn't. He has Ayhan there. Is now in 8th position then. As YBR is just coming up the hill then, so Ayhan in that 8th position there. V-Todd there, also in the 10th position. All these guys have now stopped, and they will should be comfortably going to the end now on these tyres then. So yeah, that's a thing that they could potentially pinch some positions with guys like King's on 15 lap tyres. Faxon's done 14 laps on those hard tyres. Droffer's done 11 laps on those hard tyres. F1 2019 is very much a mile on the mission. Of course, the gap is, the deficit is between Droffer and Faxon's 15 seconds. F1 2019 needs to gain those 15 seconds in the final stage of the race. That is very much a tall order, isn't it? With just 12 laps to go in this incredible Monaco Grand Prix, and we are going to have a new winner in ALR Silver for the first time with Glock out of the race. Unfortunately, a bit of frustration. He had problems in qualifying, and then him and Faxon came to blows coming out of Rascas. So yeah, going at the hill, I just think it probably wasn't advised there, was it? But yeah, unfortunately for Glock, it just all came apart there, which is a big shame, wasn't it? Now as they drop down the hill into Portier then, as this is very much a close battle, isn't it? They fly through Portier then, and they're back on board with F1 2019. Lovely shot again, a bit of an old school Martin Brundle helmet here for F1 2019. Here's he's having a look, is he going to? I thought he was going to have a look there. There was a gap there, was there? As but F1 2019 getting a penalty there. There's Hunter in the background there. Hunter doing a cracking job as well. Oh no! He's at the wall! He's at the wall! The Toro Rosso's at the wall then. I don't think he damaged the car, because I think you already had damage on that right hand side of the wing anyway. But oh dear, Droffer there just giving the wall a bit of a clout there, just testing the suspension of that Toro Rosso. Oh my goodness me! And he's in the pits then. So Droffer's in the pits. F1 2019 got damage as well. Let's just take a look. He has got damage on the Mercedes then. So yeah, so that is going to really interfere in F1 2019 getting his first race win of his ALR career. Of course, that he's been on the podium. He's had the 2 second position so far. He might have a 3rd second position in a row. But Hunter might have something to say about that, as he is in 3rd position. Hunter's best race since returning to ALR today. He's been incredible, hasn't he? And he's now less than a second behind. He'll have DRS. Forza's got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Where's Droffer? He's coming on the pits now. He should be in front of Lesnar, just about. Lesnar is so because I just run Droffer. It's going to be very quick on those soft targets. He's only 8 seconds away from Kingdom in 4th position then. Forza's back in the pit, and Forza's out of the race then. So Forza then is come back in the pit, and I think he damaged the front wing. I think that was frustration for Forza. So he is down, he is out of the race. We're down to 12 cars. We're down to 11 cars actually. So yeah, we are almost everyone who's going to finish are going to get points here. And to be honest, I think that if you do finish this race, you do deserve some kind of reward, don't you? Because it's a tough old race. Tough old race to complete that. V-Todd is now in 9th position. Ghost Recon in 10th position. Now it's Forza Forza's out of the race. FIFA is ghosting, and so is I think Double's in the race at the moment, and Double then is could potentially get some points at the moment. So Double then, who unfortunately was nerfed off earlier on, wasn't he? And otherwise he was battling comfortably in the midfield there, so it didn't go well at all for Double, did it? Hunter then is the closest battle on track at the moment is between Hunter and F1. Let's take stock then. 10 laps to go. Faxon leads 16 laps on those hard tyres, so those hard tyres should get him to the end. But Faxon has done an incredible job there. F1 2019 is 2nd. Hunter in 3rd position. Kingzone 4th. Droffer in 5th. 6th position is Lesnar. YBR, and cracking drive from YBR 7th position. An incredible drive from Alhan in 8th position. Ahan in 8th position is he's making his debut, and he's just got the fast up, I think, at the moment. VTOL in 9th position, incredible qualifying. A bit of a difficult race today in 9th position. And 10th position is Ghost Recon, also coming from the back of the field as well. FIFA is out of the race then in the Ferrari. So Ferrari once again not getting any points there. Roots at the bottom of the constructors, and Double is in 12th position there. But we could potentially get in front of FIFA, because FIFA will be a lot slower in his Ghost car, and maybe Double just needs to keep going. He could potentially get points as well, perhaps then. But yeah, this is we still got 10 more laps to go then, so there's a long old way to go in this race as into the pits. I think that was Ghost there coming into the pits then, and I think so. I wonder if he's going to throw on a set of soft tires to get to the end. I wonder if he's going to try and get an extra bonus point for fastest lap out there in the racing point. We're on board then with Hunter once again. Then he's on 11 laps on the hard tires, and those hard tires should be comfortable again to the end of the race. I think Faxland's tires should also be comfortable again to the race as well. I think we've been robbed of a final showdown now, haven't we? Hunter there getting a bit wrong foot there as Ghost there coming out of the pits then. And you can see there's a Toro Rosso just comes through. Oh, did he hit the wall there? He hit the wall, but did he damage the car? I think he's all right. He is all right. Yes, he is all right. All his M pieces are pointing in the correct direction. That's all. That's what we like to see. And now then, he has got to get by FIFA to get the points. And of course, FIFA don't get the points because he's not in his car. But I think Ghost needs to get by FIFA to get his points awarded, if that makes sense. Todd is back in the pits then. Todd can hopefully get some first points of his ALR career here today. I think he deserves points at the minimum. Really, he's done an incredible job, hasn't he? As he's just being held up there by Double is in the pits, and McLaren there not doing the most spectacular job, nor he's also on the soft tires as well. So we're going to see some incredible laps there in the final stage of this incredible Monte Carlo Grand Prix here in Monaco. I think a lot of drivers will be glad that this one's out of the way. Really, it's one race where you really start to really find that frustration, don't you? Oh, look at that. Oh, who was that? That was a racing point facing the wrong way. It was Ghost who's gone the wrong way, and a Ghost there is dropped down into 11th position there in the racing point there. So that's not ideal at all then for Ghost then. It's come back and it's what was that? That was that was just the Williams again by Ghost. As now then is Ghost is normally in the Williams. They've just traded positions, haven't they? Now the two Toro Rosso boys are going to fight now. They're going to fight. Is it going to be team orders then? Is they 20 seconds away from Hunter? I think that's too much of a gap there for Droffer to really make up in the final stage of this Monaco Grand Prix. So and what is now a battle position. I don't think King Zone will be too eager to let Droffer go through because there's nothing to gain in front, is there? So I think that. So I think it's just going to be a good old scrap now, isn't it? To see who's going to get 4th and who's going to get 5th position then. Lesnar is 6 seconds back on hard tires in 6th position. There he is! And we also seen a flash of YBR, who's also catching on Lesnar as well in 7th position then. So we got a couple of battles then to still be decided in this latter stage. This incredible Monaco Grand Prix then. Coming out into the daylight then. And down into the Seafront chicane then. As you can see, Droffer's got a much younger tyres. 20 laps old on those medium tyres. I think that's the most anyone's done on the medium tyres. So now King Zone is in. Oh, we got someone skating across the Seafront chicane there as a YB as Lesnar there, who's just trying to defend his position, and he's got a 5-second penalty there. That's a brutal 5-second penalty as well for skating across the runoff areas. They come down into Rascastle now. He's pushing him, and into the pits. There comes Lesnar. I wonder if Lesnar's damaged the car. We're on board then with the Red Bull driver. He's in the pits, and he is now going on a set of soft tires. Oh, he's also got he's got the 5-second penalty as well. As a King Zone is dropped down into 5th position. Droffer's up into 4th position then. So there's been a switcheroo between the two Toro Rossos. I don't think it was artificial. I think it was genuine. Lesnar's out of the pits on the soft compound tires and should be getting to the end as well. Ahan there is now in 7th position then. I've got to say the rookie's done an incredible job today, hasn't he? He's kept his nose clean, kept himself out of trouble, and he's done fantastically well, hasn't he? Well done to Ahan there as well. Yellow flagging free. Hopefully I'm giving him the commentator's curse there. Just taking a look to see what's going on then. Nothing too spectacular, I don't think, which is good for us. It really is. Vitor set the fast up the race, so really the fastest up is really up for grabs, isn't it? In the fastest race, this is YBR then. I think YBR has had an absolutely outstanding race. It really has. Definitely been impressive stuff in the Williams today, hasn't he? Remember, started at 20th on the grid there, and he has barred his way up into 6th position quite in the early stages as well, and he's been floating in the points more often than not. So well done there. As Ghost Recon is now in the points, while himself and FIFA just swapping position, but Ghost should get there, and he is now in 10th position as well. So well done to Ghost as well, picking up some points for himself and his team. No, then Kingzone there, look how Kingzone's struggling now. As we were saying earlier, he's done 22 laps on the medium tires. He is in uncharted territory now, isn't he, Kingzone is? So is that going to be punctures for those medium tires? They're definitely looking second hand at the moment, aren't they? And he is now going to have to repel the attack there from the Williams car as well. But can he do it? I know it's Monaco. He's had a look on the outside already into Mirabeau, as YBR is really keen to get by, isn't he? Because just up in front is there 2 second deficit to Droffer. I think Droffer does have soft tires, so he's going to be very difficult to overtake and pass, isn't he? And so I think that 5th position though is an absolutely incredible drive here from YBR today. We've also got A-Han there, who is racer. Look at this, he's going to go on the outside, but the Kingston breaking much later, skating across the front chicane there, and look at this, he's parking it, but he's trying to move over, but YBR's having no do it. He is through. Oh, there's opposite going into the back, not quite, and Kingston just keeps the position there. But I gotta say, that's a statement of intent there for YBR, isn't it? He is really not. He really wants to get by, get into 5th position. He's had an incredible drive today. The adrenaline is rushing. He doesn't want to mess it all up though in the final stages. Kingzone is really just defending his team as hard as he can there, isn't he? He's now got to go on the inside. YBR's going and launching up the inside. Oh my goodness me! He does also on the inside. He is through and up into the 5th position there. Wow, that was brutal. Elbows right out there for YBR. And Kingzone, that was a cracking of battle there, wasn't it? I forgot to say, with on lap 34 out of 39 there, I didn't expect it to be that much of a brutal battle, but my goodness me, there's competitiveness in this field, isn't there? And YBR is on his way and up into 5th position there. So I've say that his driving, I think his racing today has been absolutely spectacular stuff. Brilliant indeed there from the Williams driver then, and he is in 5th from 20th on the grid. I think up in the 5th position. That's an absolutely outstanding driving. He's well, he's only 3.9 seconds away. There's his target up front there. That is Droffer on the soft compound tyre. And of course, it's also about penalties as well. I completely forgot about penalties, and that could definitely much also shape the way that this race finishes as well. Barrett all at the front. Faxland is 19.2 seconds. He is doing an incredible job. 22 laps on these hard compound tyres. He's done a one-stop strategy to the from mediums to hard. And great stuff from Faxland. F1 2019 is second at the moment. And once again, then he's going to finish third as well. He might finish third. It depends on penalties. Third position, Hunter. Brilliant stuff from Hunter. YBR is getting a 3-second penalty there. Droffer in 4th position, but he's now being hunted down by this Williams car. I think Droffer it was dropping down quite quickly. He's floating around the 3-second gap at the moment. Kingzone is in 6th position. He's going to have to start to really think about defending from Ihan in 7th position, who's 2.3 seconds back then. Lesnar in 8th position. Vitali in 9th, got the fast lap time. Vitali, so that shows he's very quick around here, doesn't it? Ghost Recon is completing the top 10 at the moment. In the points competition. FIFA Beefy's out of the race, and Double is in 12th position. Retirement from this Monaco Grand Prix, or as it stands at the moment, it is we have lost Toon Funk early on. Basically, he was barreled out of the way, wasn't it? It was a brutal bit of driving at the beginning. It really just pushed out the way. Razor out of the race as well. We had Glock, who's gone, who retired from the race early on. Of course, the man has won 2 from 2. He's been on the pole position 3 out of 3, but unfortunately today it just didn't go his way. Serious Mushroom retired. Then we had LPE retired as well. Van Dorn out of the race. Asdog and Forza all out of this Grand Prix. Kingzone, look at that, just under one braking point there. Kingzone was all of a sudden coming in view there. It is the track characteristics of Monaco, but there's also just the tyre life on those Toro Rossos, as Ihan has basically got 10 laps younger tyres than the Toro Rosso there. So it's night and day at the moment. They come up the hill and they're coming over the crest hill now. There's a racing point in the background there. I think that's Ghost Recon then, who is quite a further way back in terms of where he actually is on the track then. So Kingdom there is once again then. I think this the medium tyres are really struggling now. They're well past their best now, aren't they? And it's going to be, I got to say, Kingdom, he was some really good defending there, wasn't it, earlier on? A very robust defending in terms of against YBR. YBR is flying out there, isn't he? He's really incredible today, YBR. He is up in the 5th position there, and he's only 7/10 of a second. Well, he's gone to a second now, but yeah, he's really causing Droffer some major headaches there at the moment, isn't he? So both Toro Rossos are under attack with 3 laps to go here in Monaco. Monaco, accelerating out of the seafront chicane is now, and King Zone is very much under the cosh. YBR is very much all over the back of a Droffer here in the battle for fourth and fifth position. They're coming through. Anthony Noakes and accelerating away. DRS available for YBR. He's on it, but at the moment he's a bit too far back. That's a couple of car lengths back at the moment, isn't it? As they come into Stand the Vault, and did he hit the wall there? I don't know, but look at this. Look at him. Look, it's almost one car. You can hardly see the Williams as they come up the hill. And again, and same as Hunter is having second position. F1 2019 has had a problem. F1 2019 has had a problem. As the soft tires run out of grip. As they run out of grip, Hunter. I wonder if it's come back for Hunter, and he's now up into the second position. As F1 2019 has dropped down the third position. There's drama in this incredible Monaco Grand Prix at the moment. Droffer is still in fourth position, but with YBR, it's all over the back, and we've got half a second between Ayan and Kingdom as well as we are coming to the final stage. I think F1 2019's tires have done, and then they've done 13 laps on those soft tires. Here comes YBR. He's going on the inside. Where is he? Oh, and my goodness me, Kingdom shuts the door. And of course, he's got every right to do so. He's the car in front. Is he? Look at the background. We should see the second Toro Rosso. We do. It is and once again, Kingdom doing some cracking defending out there. He really is. Hunter up in the second position. I got to say, Hunter. Oh, I thought he was going to go on the outside to back. That would have been an incredible maneuver. That would have won up. Oh, and look at this. As Ayan there is just really drifting there. His car was just drifted there, wasn't it? And really impressive stuff indeed then. So as he comes through once again. Oh my goodness. Oh, and he's in front, is he? I don't even know what's going on. They're going side by side up the hill, and now they peek over the hill and then dropped. Oh no, he's got into him. He's got into him. And YBR has had an incredible race, but that is all gone too. That's all come to nothing. Well, it hasn't come to nothing. He's still in fifth position there, and luckily he had enough of a gap over King Zone as well. But and he's still got a full wing now. I've got to say, those Williams cars are very strong, aren't they? So nicely done there from the Williams guys there. Anyway, then, but I think that's done and dusted then in terms of on-track action between Droffer and YBR unfortunately. So unfortunately from my point of view, and I think from Droffer, it might be bringing a huge sigh of relief. Follow that for Faxan. He has done an incredible job today, but we will come to that minute because Ayan is going on the outside. But once again, King's is just basically parking his car in the correct positions, doing a fantastic job out there in the Taurus. But look at that, he's really struggling, isn't he? I'd say 27 laps on the medium tires. That's a mammoth effort, isn't it? That is an incredible effort. He's in puncture territory now, though, isn't he? As the King's as we said a couple of laps ago, he's in unknown territory. Now he's in puncture territory, isn't he? Same looks here. Faxan is almost finished the race, so I'm not sure who to watch. We're keeping an eye on Faxan, but let's take a look. There's Ayan is going to go on the outside. He's on his debut here. He's going to be forced out. Oh man! And Kingdom there being very robust as normal. Faxan coming through to win his first Grand Prix in silver. Wow! Fantastic stuff from Faxan. He wins the Monaco Grand Prix. Brilliant stuff there from Faxan. Absolutely mega stuff indeed then. So his first win in ALR. Remember, he made his debut in gold when we raced there last time in season 2, and today he's done an absolutely splendid job. Second position is Hunter. Here he comes to finish second, and I've got to say, Hunter's been Mr. Clean, hasn't he? F1 2019 on the podium once again. Same in facts on there, but what could have been for F1 2019. Droffer there is well, I got to say he's limping along there, but he should. Well, he's got no wing. Both end plates are gone there, so I think he's setting a new trend there, isn't he? And the Toro Rosso, and look at that, YBR is taking chunks out of him in terms of time, coming through Anthony Noakes, and Droffer is coming through to finish in 4th position, or is he? We'll find out. No, it is Droffer 4th, YBR in 5th position, possibly my driver of the day. And look, Kingzo is just cruising, just limping up now, and now coming through then. Kingzo is going to be 6th on track. I am it's up into 5th position. I'd say I am done a cracking job. Kingdom 6, YBR finishing 7th in the end. Lesnar 8th, Vitor 9th. Ghost is going to finish in 10th position and getting the final points there today. Absolutely brilliant stuff there. Fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Faxan winning the Monaco Grand Prix, his first win in ALR. Of course, the first man to win a Grand Prix, if your name's not Glock here this season in silver. And the Haas team are overjoyed. Fact stand 3 for 3 for podium. Same with F1 2019. Hunter, what a drive from Hunter. He has done an incredible job. Because remember, he's a very good driver on the street circuits, and he showed it today. Same with teammate V Todd there. I think V Todd there really had some very electric pace, didn't he, in single lap? And I think he got the fastest lap in the end as well. V Todd, I think he'd be disappointed not to get more points. And both McLaren boys doing an incredible job today in qualifying and the race there. And anyway, let's take a final look then at the final classification then from Monaco Grand Prix. Round 3 of ALR Silver. Big shout out to Hunter for no penalties and for Ihan as well. And I think I've seen someone else there as well, no penalties as well. Who is it? Well, hopefully we'll find out in just a few moments' time there. And it was, I think it was double, so well done to double then. The final classification then from the Monaco Grand Prix. Then Faxan winning the Grand Prix. Hunter second there. Cracking drive from Hunter. F1 2019 third in the end. Fourth position is Droffer. Fifth position there is Ahan there. Sixth position is Kingzone. YBR from 20th to 7th. Incredible stuff. Lesnar in 8th position. 9th position V Top. 10th position is Ghost Recon. Getting the final points. Doing a cracking job as well. FIFA retired. Then we and double with finishing 12th for the end. Other retirements included Forza, Asdog, Van Dorn, LPE, Cirrus Mushroom, Glock, Razor and Toon all retired from this absolutely epic Monaco Grand Prix. And I need to lie down after that. Oh gosh, I gotta say, I never get. If I go to the gym, I don't get as sweaty as I do sat here. I gotta admit. Then Hunter has joined us in the commentary box now. Hopefully, we'll get Faxan in as well if he ever wants to speak to me, which I don't blame him if he doesn't. I've got to say I struggle to speak to myself. Anyway, enough about that. We'll come to Hunter first then. Hunter, what an incredible drive there. Always remember you being absolutely cracking on the street circuits, and today you really proved it, and no penalties around here. I say things are going to get better from a certain boy band they used to sing in the 90s. But yeah, I got to say, and that was an absolutely incredible drive today. I do say that street circuits has definitely been your strong point. But going to Belgium next week, I think that's more of a driver circuit, and I do describe you as a driver. So you surely got to be aiming for more podiums going forward, or do you think that that's still too soon? And I have no doubt you'll get that as well. Fantastic stuff today, Hunter. Brilliant driving. Really cool as a cucumber. And as we said, we will be moving on to Belgium next week. I got to say, that's one of my favourites on the calendar. It's a shame it's come so early on, really, but it really separates the men from the boys, doesn't it? Going up, especially going up Eau Rouge, it really is an incredible circuit. I absolutely love that. Thank you all for joining us today. It's been absolutely amazing stuff, and I think a lot of drivers are happy that Monaco is out the way. I think Hunter is one of them that probably isn't happy that it's out the way. But we now go on to Belgium. Then Gold will return on Sunday at 6:30 UK time. Silver will return on Monday 7:30 UK time. Keep an eye out for the Drivers' Championship, because with Glock having issues today, it is very much going to start to tighten up, isn't it? From both sides of the championship tables. Anyway, we'll see you in a week's time on Sunday for Gold in Belgium.